now.
Here we go. A lot of util here for GamerLegion. ZTI picking up a smoke. You've got A-Core with smoke and flash. Molotov for PR as the squad all gather outside of A main.
Yeah, this is, I mean, look at the mini-map. There's like 9 players on this side of the map. How often do you see that? Falcons has this completely red, and oh, GamerLegion, I know you have an execute. I know you got utility, but you're in trouble.
Matt just waiting on top of the boost. Tesses behind the big box. Ready to drop some util on the attack. And that grenade lands right in the middle. Great kill to take Magisk off the top of the boost. Here Tesses though, topples 2. Going back out for a 3rd kill, and Nico's coming in to assist him. It's all slowed down here for GamerLegion, not getting out of A main. A-Core is going to continue to try and fight them into a competitive position, but Falcons put a stop on the A play.
That's what I'm saying. They had no idea what was coming to them when they pulled the trigger on that execute. Way too many players there. Falcons just call for the stack and the pistol. And GamerLegion with the call out of spawn just have no chance at winning it. Great round from Tesses, tons of nade damage, a double kill on top of it with the USP. Been awesome to see Tesses in this lineup. He's been performing very well for the Falcons. I mean, when you obviously look at this team and you're like, well, Nico and Monosy are going to pop off and do the heavy lifting, but Tesses has probably been the 2nd best player for this team over the past few events.
Which is crazy to think about, because back in the heroic squad, the one that was going to all the finals at the end of CSGO, Tesses was always the player that was talked about being cut, removed.
Tesses and Shush always flew under the radar, didn't
exactly,
they? Yeah.
And so even in that heroic squad, we see some good performances with the newer edition before he went to the Falcons squad, and he's obviously elevated his performance even further in the green colors.
Well, GamerLegion decides to back off and save only Glocks for them, as without a bomb plant, without any kills, with the complete domination of Falcons in round 1, they have no desire to invest here, so they'll sit behind the smoke, and we'll see this round likely coming to a swift conclusion. We were talking about before this match too, like Falcons mentioned it, the semifinal against Vitality, you obviously cannot look over GamerLegion in the quarterfinals. That's a recipe for death, and I think Zonic at this point in his career is like, we don't do that.
Especially after the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, and now you have to build up a little bit of confidence. Falcons is looking for a really strong win, not just in terms of the scoreline, but in terms of how they feel within the team. Is the communication on point? Is everyone on the same page? Are we all feeling better? We need a solid eye test out of Falcons here that makes it look like that cohesion is really clicking and really hitting a perfect situation.
Well, Yanko brought up the point that they haven't lost anybody other than Mouse and Vitality since the addition of Monosy. And those are the 2 best performing squads we've had.
I got spanked by Malzo. That was no mere loss.
That was definitely an embarrassing loss for them. You could see the disheveled nature on their faces after the matchup. But GamerLegion coming in, getting the buyout here for the first time on the T side. AK-47s for all 5. Falcons a bit of a bonus. They'll keep 2 MP9s and a FAMAS into this.
Yeah, but because they have some weaker weapons, they're already doing a little bit of trickery. An early round in the 3rd round, push into A main. So Magisk is going to have that position with his FAMAS. Monosy supporting him to get him into the position. And the timing of his next move is going to be everything. He can shrink this map, gather information, and wrap around GamerLegion at will. For now, Falcons need to sit back and just gather intel of where exactly GamerLegion is.
Had a PR stepping into the open. Monosy going to be doing plenty of damage to ZTR. Not so much for that grenade. He realizes the space that he's lost, so he deploys the utility to prevent him getting into the red room.
And GamerLegion really didn't do anything over at the B bomb site. 3 or 4 players there, but they didn't attack into a whole lot. Got stalled out by a smoke and Jaguar, so they're going to reconvene towards the A bomb site. Now, Towson is in trouble. If he dies to this push, Magisk has a lot of safety and a lot of ability to be patient.
Monosy's rotated over just in time. Gets out of the temple, but A-Core right between the eyes. And now we've got Magisk coming back from A main to try and fight into Donut, but he's also going to deal with the threat of Towson. And so that A bomb site is overrun.
Yeah, needed a little bit of resistance, needed Monosy to survive longer so that crossfire could be appropriately set up, and especially because his death pulls Magisk away from taking down Towson. If Magisk can hold on to A main, they might actually have a stance in this retake. But the kills go against him, and Falcons almost look like they want to line up for a retake.
Yeah, it's not a lot of utility, but they have got 2 kits. Red's going to be taking Kicksand down. Tesses falling, leaving it all on Nico. And 4 players to remove from the site, and he nearly gets away with Turi eventually taken down, and GamerLegion get their 1st round win.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world. A little bit of economic damage. If you're Falcons, you know in the next round you're going to be buying up no matter what. So willing to sacrifice the weapons to take some extra guns away and give that retake a chance at it. 2-1. A-Core, that's a beautiful shot. Oh, that's a nasty way to die. Yeah, and it's good to see A-Core do that as well. The stand-in for their typical opper Slend, who wasn't able to make the trip out to Dallas. He's had a rough event as well, but in a tough situation of stepping in as the odd man out of a team that already knows what they're all doing. But that's a beautiful shot to get them their 1st round.
TSS forced into the fight by the Molotov. He's going to be cleared out by ZTR. Advantage siding here with GamerLegion. And some space in mid being taken for PR as well. Cleaves away Monosy. And that's the space for GamerLegion. Looking pretty sharp in the first 2 rounds here as PR, confident to go through the red smoke, will fall at the hand of Nico.
Oh, the nade peeks into the nade, and Towson's there for the cleanup. Man, Falcons in this round just getting battered. Magisk is in a shift back to CT spawn. Kicks in, passive over at the B bomb site. A 2 versus 4, but no way for them to sync up to really work this round back into their favor. It's going to have to be individual heroics, likely from Kixon.
It would take something special for him to defend this B-bomb site enough for his squad to get back into it. 58 seconds.
They've got nothing to delay, no smoke, no Molotov.
Yeah,
so Kixon just backing off. They say, okay, well, Magisk took a deep angle in towards mid. They saw red room was clear. I'm going to move on over and we'll just save these weapons for the next round.
I like the energy that GamerLegion have brought into the game, though. You know, pushing into the red smokes, taking the mid fights. It looks confident from GamerLegion.
Back-to-back rounds that they've been able to just delete Monosy out of the server. Acor's 1 tap and now PR out in mid just swinging for that donut fight with Monosy standing in front waiting. If they continue with that kind of an impact in middle, and especially that kind of an impact specifically against Monosy, Falcons could be in some trouble. He's far and away their best player. No other player on the team is rated over 1.0 outside of Monosy. It's actually insane, the drop-off of the supporting cast over on Falcons so far in Dallas.
And he's significantly over that 1.0 rating as well. Incredible performance in the group stage from him, and it wasn't enough for a flawless run.
Well, he mentioned ever since, he said in the interview coming into the match, how nice it's been ever since Ilya joined the team and how much he's appreciated and the good results they've had right out of the gate. Well, since Nico joined Falcons to start the year, then in 5 playoffs, it's yet to see if they can do that here. That's not a bad run just for Nico.
Not bad at all. 1 title so far, and obviously the beast that has taken them down in those best of 5s is Vitality. Not going to be able to play them in the BO5 at this tournament, just with the group stage performance landing them in the same side of the bracket in the quarterfinals. Not a lot here for Falcons. They've only got 2 M4s, the rest on pistols. Should be GamerLegion taking the lead early on here.
And you've put both your rifles, Kixon at the A-bomb site, Magisk with the other over towards Donuts. You have them leaning towards that A-bomb site to be able to contend with mid control and then also fall back afterwards.
Flash into the swing. 3 players come in. Kixon with 1. Not going to be enough here for Falcons to stay competitive in middle as ZTR and PR combine. Still got Kixon's rifle though, and he realizes they vacated. Oh, TSS very close to a miraculous kill on Rez. It's the dink in the follow-up shot, but not enough to bring down Rez.
No, that would have been a beautiful kill to have as well, because that would have allowed Kixon and Monosy to actually go for this. But Monosy without armor now has to slip away back to the A-bomb site. Kixon has to find some safety, trying to keep some space from the push after the bomb plant from GamerLegion. The real snake in the grass is that guy. PR, low HP, but on this little scouting mission, if he finds Monosy, the rest of GamerLegion could flood over. Oh, PR, Dallas is too good for that. Aren't you, Dallas? You guys are way too smart for that.
Well, now he comes out and PR to go down. Monosy to take him out.
I'll be honest, Dallas, I expected a little bit more excitement when I told you all that you were smart. Okay, thank you, yes.
That's better.
Yep. 2-2, 3-2 after the bomb goes off for GamerLegion.
Hey, PR, you know, may not have the most arena experience, but he has the idea on what he wants to do. See him wiggling into the walls, seeing what he can get away with. You know, people bring up the point that Rez is back in the playoffs of an IEM in North America, Jason.
I know, it's like the 1970s all over again. It's crazy seeing him here. This is lovely for Rez.
I see in Oakland, though.
I mean, we just talked about the kind of turnaround from Nico joining Falcons, what he's done for this organization in terms of reversing their fortunes in a good way.
Yeah.
Also, same thing with Rez coming into this team, kind of picking this team up and being kind of a fundamental player for this new rebuild that Ash is underway.
Sort of resurrecting his own career as well.
All right, round 6, nades out. Quick B play, you're right.
No, PR at the front of the attack. Mac 10 looking to charge in. Kixon though, double kill from the rifle. TSS back turn. Nico gonna step up. Towson topples 2. And we've got a 3v2 now. Falcons still with the player advantage, and that swing out from TSS will result in a clutch required from Rez. You're just talking about him and his ability to step up here for GamerLegion. Well, he's got 100 HP and a shot at this. Gonna try and separate them into 1v1 fights. He gets into a smoke duel with TSS, goes back to the Monosy read. And the timing just about favors Monosy, but then he loses the fight and manages to follow up as the replenishment of troops comes in.
Yeah, really, really good defense. Okay, so GamerLegion, you might want to note that one down, Ash. That fast-paced play, that change of pace does not pan out whatsoever. Kixon puts a stop to it with a nice double kill. Not going to catch him sleeping at the B bomb site. Those slower rounds of controlling B lane, of taking... Ooh, it's
That's
back.
where it all started.
It's back.
1 year later, and we're still saying it. Well, he's looking for the title here this time.
Hey, you guys started a whole thing. They set it out in Australia as well.
It went global. PR already out of elbow. He knows his job today, and Nico's going to try and make it difficult for him. PR taken down, and that space not given to GamerLegion.
That was one of the things that was really hindering Falcons' defense in this little bit of a 3-round run that GamerLegion just went through. Was losing mid consistently. Monosy lost the fight a couple of times, and GamerLegion was able to exploit it. So a good opening frag from Nico to keep them in control. 3 players waiting in B lane, waiting for utility to fade away. Talson's going to be lurking at elbow. He's also the audible, the plan B. If GamerLegion want to bail out to the A bomb site, he's going to start taking that space so they have the freedom to do it.
Nico not going to connect his shot. Tesses burning and forced into the cave, and he's going to get caught in an awkward position that allows Rez to equalize. 55 seconds left in the round. Eventually Rez to fall as Monosy hit from the long peak, but the bomb is bailing out. It's going back into mid. There's an opening on the A site.
Yeah, it pulled everyone away for just a moment, but now they're aware. The comms came in. Even Monosy hustling to A now. This is going to be a really, really hard take, and now it's smoked off. 40 seconds. You still have options.
Yeah, still got to fight your way out of donut, though. Orp running in. Orp going in, and Magic's going to be able to get a kill. How? How was Nico going down as well? Falcons, it looked good for them, but suddenly it's all GamerLegion into the final seconds of this round. It's Kixan coming back in alone. A disastrous moment on the A site here for Falcons. And Kixan looking to pick up the pieces. So many positions to think about here for Kixan, and he doesn't even get out of the donut. A huge yell for Ash because he knows that's a round that did not look good for GamerLegion.
I mean, let's just say it. They had no business winning it, and I always like to kind of try and help bail out of different situations, but that one is just a kill that has to come out in the way of Magis. That's a completely flubbed frag, probably even a double kill if he gets that first one clean, and it sells that entire defense down the river. But just look at how punishing just that miss can be. Like, they're still in a really strong position, but you miss one shot. You have a man advantage, you have everyone rotating over, you know what's coming, and it all comes crumbling down as soon as one death is taken. Falcons having a tough time getting themselves anchored into this first map.
Everyone very excited about Cash.
For good reasons if she's going to cobble on it.
And it's now going to be officially sanctioned by Valve too. Official cobbling. The timeout for Falcons. Not going to be happy about how that last round went down. Not the start they would be hoping for. And, you know, we're coming in to this game talking about Falcons. Wanted to see them get into full force in the quarterfinals. Just remember what happened in Melbourne. It was a very dominant game for Falcons. GamerLegion weren't in the series at all the last time they played in a quarterfinal. A better start from GamerLegion already. Yeah,
it was a complete wipeout, just to reference that. That was IEM Melbourne. 13-4 on Nuke, 13-3 on Train. Both of them wins for Falcons. GamerLegion wasn't even present really in the server. They got beat real quick. So this is a good reversal for them. Having this kind of resistance early on, T-side Ancient, you've broken their economy a couple of times in the early going. You're sitting with a 1-round lead with all the advantages. You got to be very happy considering your position if you're GamerLegion and you're Ash right now. Round 8 and out of the timeout. Falcons likely talking about the next gun round because here they don't invest anything. Couple deagles, 5-7 on Kixon, which we know can do work, but Falcons shouldn't have a chance at this one. Monosy brought down to half HP by utility. And GamerLegion spread in a default looking for pushes.
Oh, nice shot from Ruz. Keeping it clean against Monosy. Pistols to be unleashed with a flash into the face of A-Court. Rez to be overwhelmed, and the 5-7 doesn't get more than just one. Only losing one player in the round for GamerLegion as they now go to 5-3.
Yeah, admirable effort from Falcons with the flash peek. Nicely primed and nicely set up, but the weaponry just not there to take them all down. So now we get a little bit of magic inside the server, because this is the first time we'll see this bad boy brought out. Monosy's picked up his AWP, so in the sense of the AWPing, the game kind of begins right now. Falcons is going to have a new look and a new attitude to him on the CT side, now that Monosy has the AWP out in the field of play.
Yeah, he's going to try and shake off some of the frustrations, because he's been caught a couple of times so far. Just getting one tapped or taken out of donut a couple of seconds into the round. Gotta feel like he can have more impact with this in his hands. He's going to start towards donut again and drop back into the A bomb site. GamerLegion have taken some space already towards Jag, applying pressure into the cave. They're about to have a fight down to the bottom of the ramp here. Tesses and Kingston bringing the fight to them, and through the smoke, A-Core will go. And an upgrade for Tesses into the AK. He's got Kingston watching his backside as that smoke fades away, but Towson still able to react in time to get a headshot, but it's Rez with all the distraction to get into the back lines and get himself a double.
Dang, that is so cold. Rez, he took a big risk, but he's seeing all the attention in B lane. He said, you know what, I'm not going to slow down whatsoever in cave. That is a devastating double kill, and Monosy might even lose the off.
Yeah, he's close to PR here. Very close indeed. Monosy starting to back away, trying to secretly get him mid. PR's on the hunt though. Round the back. Monosy about to be detected. AWP gone. Doesn't get a chance to have impact, and it's Rez to step up with an MVP round here for GamerLegion. And we heard him just as he qualified into the playoffs. His post-game interview, he was talking about the fact that he feels like they can beat Falcons today because they look mortal. They don't look unbeatable. They don't look like the same Falcons that immediately started getting big results when Monosy first joined. This is a weaker version of that Falcons squad that we've seen over the last few events.
That's a big difference between, I think, Falcons and Vitality at the moment, and you heard kind of Robs mention it in an interview. The big edge they have over most teams is they have the strongest mentality. Falcons haven't been together long enough to really build that sort of strong mentality. That's what they're in the process of doing right now. So I think Rez is dead on, and that this team, like as strong as they are, as good as they've looked in those best of 5 finals, they've lost to Vitality. Even with the names in the server, they're showing quite a weakness at the moment that can be exploited. And the problem is showing that weakness, you just hear it from Rez. Like, no one's scared of you. They should be, in theory.
But not right now. You got to put that fear into them. And at the moment, Falcons have been unable to do that at the start of the CT half at least. 7-3, the most likely outcome of the next minute and 30 seconds. It's great to see Rez willing to make some plays, take some space. He's going to be such an important player today for GamerLegion if they are to pull off this feat.
Here's a peek in from ZTR.
Oh, spotted too.
Yeah, but he wants nothing to do with that fight. He's happy with the stalemate. He's just saying, okay, I don't need anything. Good shot from Tesses. It gives a 5-on-4 over to Falcons. And now if they keep getting picked apart, they got to be really careful. So GamerLegion has grouped up with 3 over towards the A bomb site and got to start probing in and see what they can find.
Well, Magisk does have the rifle here, and Monosy's deagle will show its might on the first kill on Towson. Magisk has found a little bit of sanctuary at the back of the fire here as well. And the rest of the Falcons rotating over. ZTR applying pressure to Kicksand, keeping him pinned on the B bomb site, but it's all about the fight today. PR's cleaning up. A double and yet another from Monosy, and Falcons have a 3v2, and the 2 remaining Ts are completely separated by the distance of the entire map.
It's all on Kicksand. If ZTR gets this kill, it's opened up. Big frag for Kicksand. Now just A-Core remaining.
And he'll come back through elbow, but Monosy's deagle will close it. And there's a little bit of Monosy magic at 3K with the deagle. And Falcons present a difficult round to that of GamerLegion, one that will cause a timeout.
Yeah, those deagles were powerful for Monosy, 1 deag headshots, but you know what? That's just a star player keeping you alive in this map. That is exactly the kind of performance you needed from Monosy or Nico. One of those 2 to step up and get you a round win you had no business having. And now you can try and turn the fortunes. Now you can try and use that to build some energy behind it. Because Falcons looking at this like we need the last 2 rounds of this half. 4-6 at the moment. You win a round like that, you get flush with cash. AWP is back out for Monosy. So a lifeline provided by the newest member of Falcons. And GamerLegion out of this timeout. Gonna try and respond immediately. AWP in the A-Core's hands, 4 AK-47s, plenty of utility. Round 11.
PR going back to his job of taking mid control via elbow. Rez, look at all that utility damage. 8 HP and bullets to the wood as well. 2 HP left. Nico getting a double kill down elbow. Lays down fire. He gives okay, Nico, what are you doing to them? Is there any more? It's just unfair, no one's even seen him. And he goes into the elbow smoke, knows that there can't be more than 3. So he's just going to start flanking around the back as well.
That's the entertainment value out of Falcons we came here to see. We showed up to see. 1 round out of Monosy, triple kill with the Deagle. Now you got Nico pushing down mid and controlling and winning everything.
And Nico goes back.
Maybe not everything, but close to everything.
He gives them the start. It's on the rest of the squad to close it out now. Minute left. Rez, who took so much damage at the start of the round, still alive somehow and still fighting forward. A 2v3, not completely unrecoverable, but the big issue is the bomb is down at elbow, and Falcons are watching it.
I think we might just get an extended save here. If you look at Rez and Acor, there's no money. I think Rez might just try and find some safety. So you're going to want these AK-47s because PR can buy himself, ZTR can get something. You might need to drop for Towson, but if you lose these 2 AKs, this last round buy is going to be real scut for GamerLegion. So saving is quite important. And Falcons 20 seconds. They still can make the call to go for a hunt, but I think at this stage of the game, they're just like, we have the bomb, let's just secure it. Let's not worry about getting too fancy. They have the money to go for it. But we'll sit at 5-6 going into round 12 to end the opening half of the IEM Dallas quarterfinals, the second one being played. Nice win from Mongols earlier today.
A very nice win from Mongols. Starting to build up some momentum here in Dallas. Another frustrating event exit for Aurora. Been to so many playoffs and yet to really break through to the next level. But that Deagle round from Monosy just a couple prior has opened up a fantastic opportunity now for Falcons to make this a 6-6 half. And they've got to be very happy with that because it hasn't been the best defensive effort.
No, it hasn't been, but also I think when you see Nico build upon it with a triple kill of his own in the next round, that's what gets you excited that maybe Falcons starting to get a little bit of momentum, starting to build into this. Tons of nades down mid. PR brought low, but
coming out.
It doesn't matter if Nico's blind. He's able to get away safely.
Yeah, Rez now pushing up. Oh, Tessa is taking a dink on board. Rez going to keep the pressure up. The smoke comes down and that will cancel out his play.
A stalemate, and GamerLegion used the call.
Currently, the A bomb site is open. You've got Magis playing in Donut as the quickest responder.
They only have 1 smoke on the hands of ZTR. Magis has backed into the bomb site, which means the rotation of Monosy and Kixin, they'll likely have to go through Temple. It feels like Falcons think this might end at B. Everyone's kind of backing off of A. Everyone's here, but playing very deep. Now pushing back into things, and the hit is coming in now.
Magis looking out of the temple into the site. It's going to be 1 kill for him and some damage laid down. GamerLegion trying to leap into the bomb site. Magis gets so clean from him. The only defender for a long time, and then from the temple it's 3. Kicks in, stopping ZTR from making any magic happen, and Rez is on the other side. So Falcons will tie it up. It's going to be a strong finish to the half. 5 players up at the moment. Rez going to try and prevent that clean sheet. And he will do so by taking Tesses out, but now they know exactly where he is, and Falcons won't let this one slide.
Nice thing for them is you have 2 big rounds out of Monosy and Nico to close out this half. You get to go into halftime with a positive attitude, a positive feeling, 3 in a row to tie things up. Falcons, GamerLegion, second half coming up. 6-6 between GamerLegion and Falcons, but I'll tell you what, the tension on Falcons seems palpable watching them play. They've got their #1 objective, their #1 goal, which is beating Vitality, awaiting them in the next round of the playoffs in the semifinals. First, they have to get through GamerLegion, but it feels like they're so scared about the possibility of losing this one and being eliminated early that they're playing a little bit within themselves. We'll see if this second half can open up. GamerLegion on the CT side, Falcons going to be attacking into it, and it looks like Falcons going to be running towards the A bomb site.
And Magisk has the smoke ready to pop towards CT with the rest of the team. Gather in A main. Red's starting to get the read on it. He's coming back over to Donut.
ZTR is going to hopefully try and grab a headshot through the smoke, just spamming away as they enter in.
Well, that smoke comes up, does detect Monosy jumping around the corner, and it's going to be Rez taking the first. Monosy going down. Tesses to trade it. He'll put the bomb down on default spot. Not going to be denied by Acor. We got a 4v4 post plan for Falcons to try and work in their favor.
All right, 3 going to be retaking from Donut, Acor, PR, and Talson. ZTR coming from spawn. There's no kits and there's no utility. This has got to be fast and it's got to be convincing.
Yeah, once Magisk gets this info as well, they're heavy. Donut can accelerate that flank around the back. Nico spots out players. Kicks in going back in towards CT. Now Magisk can start to come in. Coming in through Donut soon. The fights are going down inside of the site though, so he needs to speed up. And PR's got doubles. Nico stepping up with 1, and finally Magisk's flank is the insurance policy that Falcons need.
So well managed by Falcons. That's actually such beautiful protocols that were set up in that moment of calm as their retake got lined up. I mean, they spot the play out in Donut. They swing all 3 of them in Pen Temple immediately to kill the CT spawn player. And then it's like, all right, we got to play together now. We all got to kind of go out, trade each other out of Temple. This is a beautiful kill. Come right on back. Kixon's got a flashbang, sets up the swing. And GamerLegion just had no chance. Had nothing in return, no strength on the retake. 7-6 for Falcons. A second round bye though for GamerLegion's. MP9s and 5.7s picked up. This will be contested.
Mac 10 flying in and flying away with Talson. Tessa is going to continue, not stopping at all, and Falcons keep it clean in the follow-up. Look at that streak of rounds now being built up for Falcons off the back of that Monosy Deagle triple kill round.
The power of a star player just being able to 180 the way the trajectory of this match. They were getting smashed. That Deagle round reignited Falcons, so yeah, quite a run for them to get this advantage, and nice enough for them. This second round from GamerLegion, all this investment, it does nothing.
Gets nothing, yeah.
It's a waste.
It's going to be frustrating because now you have to go into the next round and you have nothing to play with either. So we're now looking at 9-6 being stepped up here for Falcons.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, most likely.
Tesses and Nico going to get away from the bomb. GamerLegion still has some timeouts to burn, so I wonder, I mean, it might be worth calling one early in this half, in the first gun round if you're Ash. And just say, all right, guys, we got to start quick. We can't dig ourselves in a hole in this CT side. It's got to be right now. We'll see if he calls that in the next one. MP9 and 5.7 brought forward by GamerLegion. But Falcons in a position where they could kind of blow this game wide open as soon as that first gun round comes in. I'm not going to lie to you, dying to a jumping Mac 10 is one of my least favorite ways to die, especially the double jump as well on top of everything.
It's not fun, but it's certainly enjoyable to watch, Jason. It's one of the more beautiful kills we'll get to see. And there's plenty of more opportunities for them in this round as well, as Kixon and Tessa still have Mac 10s against weaker weapons.
This time not together, so not ready to pull the trigger on a hit into the B-bomb site quite yet. It looks like Kixon is going to lead the way with an AK in support of Nico. Thought maybe go into cave, but not yet. So it might just be a rinse and repeat at a different timing, but this time GamerLegion is prepared. They've got 2 smokes. Acor and Talson can block the ramp or block cave. And then you've got 4 defenders here.
GamerLegion, best chance to win the round is with this B stack.
I mean, this is a nice piece of utility to delay this, but Falcons isn't going to be scared. They're just going to say, wait for it, we'll go after the fact, and look at what happens. Yeah.
Mac 10's making money. 4 kills in quick succession. And the B-bomb site topples in favor of Falcons.
It's always just a matter of time. Well managed from Kixon and Falcons. So with 3-round lead now.
And the second half truly begins for GamerLegion in the next. They've got to put an end to this streak that is starting to build and build for Falcons. They're going to have money. They're going to get the buyout. Acore is going to have enough for the AWP.
Last time they played this map was back at PGL Bucharest. A 13-7 win for Falcons. Acore going to try and recover a weapon, but caught in the open. There's that 9th round, so guns come in next. Nico will be able to grab another AK-47. There's a MAC-10 and MP9 still on the side of Falcons. We'll see if they decide to keep those and put them into any kind of a use.
I'm sure a lot of people were hoping to see equalise make the playoffs this weekend. FaZe couldn't find the way.
I mean, I know we're in America, but I think a lot of people were excited to see Simple this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. I think that was the main headline.
Yeah. Oh, we got to get that camera perfectly pointed at Tessus. We got to make him look good.
We always have to have a camera on his keyboard these days. Slight tech issue fixed. Oh, the camera fell. Oh.
All right, yeah, we'll take a moment for that.
I like it, action cam.
Yeah, it's good. And right out of the action cam, we get that timeout from GamerLegion as this first gun round of the second half comes to play. So extended time to chill a little bit. Nice makeup. You look great. Not a lot of time left for GamerLegion to get this started. They have no AWP in this round for Acore. It's all M4s across the board. They're going to be missing a couple kits for some of these defenders. On the Falcon side of things, standing pat, keeping Kixon and Tessus on the SMGs, the MP9 and the MAC-10. So it might not be fast, but when they decide to go, those SMGs are going to be very aggressive. It still is a very fair question.
The Dallas crowd is always sus, man. It's always sus. Here we go, round 16 underway. GamerLegion getting a real buy here in the second half, and they didn't go with the AWP. They actually left some extra money in the bank for Acore, and they've gone for 5 rifles.
Keep an eye on where Tessus and Kixon are working together over towards the B bomb site with the SMGs. Gonna move their way through the smoke. There's a line of smokes on the map that they're traversing across. Magis gets his job to spot out this A main push, and he's got it. Good headshot. No trade quite yet, but Acore, how much does he want to follow up? Running now, running now.
Gun out for Magis, he knows, and Acore realizes that window of opportunity is shut in his face, so he's going to back away and get to safety.
Okay, Kixon and Tessus starting to put some pressure over towards the B bomb site. It's Towson alone, and he's got one smoke to utilize. He's got no idea they're this close. He's in trouble.
Towson in trouble, but a double, and he'll be happy with that. He's going to back away, and suddenly GamerLegion with the advantage.
They lined up for him. That's got to be so frustrating. It felt like the perfect read of the scenario. Nico's lurk over towards elbow might be everything. Acore and Red's going to jump up the boxes. Magisk, low HP, but looking for this, but not any longer.
There's the head of Monosy. Peeking up into the open, low HP. Molotov gonna force them off the ledge peak. Nico coming out, gets caught. Acore looks back at the right time. And GamerLegion have 2 low HP Falcons on the other side with no real shot at this.
Yeah, I don't even know if it matters if you go for it or not. You're not gonna win this round with low HP. Neither of them can take a bullet. Monosy stepping forward. Off angle into the corner, and yeah, it's tough. Towson's got another. Magic's gonna back away.
Gotta be happy if you're GamerLegion here, because this is a round where they lose the opening kill. Acore tries rapidly to try and get it back on that A main push, unable to do so. And you see Falcons get to play 5v4 as they get ready to go into the B bomb site.
I still think they made a very good call. I think unfortunately the lineup was there, and obviously the fights are a little bit different when you're using the SMGs as well. So, you know, that's GamerLegion with a nice strong win to get things started. Even Acore can pass his M4 over to PR, pick up an AWP. Oh, heck yeah. Get him in here early. Having the time of his life. A nice Friday afternoon of Counter-Strike.
Fun for all the family. Right now, GamerLegion looking to have a better time in the second half. Towson earns the high five from ZTR and Ash.
But now you got 5 AK-47s and you got the AWP on Monosy.
Got the AWP out for Acore as well. You know, Tessus loves to be a nuisance on the B ramp. You know he loves to try and catch timings.
Well, so does Tessus apparently.
That's what I'm saying. Here he comes, right up to the front of the attack. Nico to follow up, and Towson gone. So space in the B bomb site taken, and in fact, it looks like it might just have to be a safe call here for GamerLegion.
Yeah.
There's no one nearby, And they're going to start retreating, but the problem is Magisk is here on the other side of the map, and Acorn might just barrel into him.
Magisk actually, like no joke, has the most important role right now. That's a big kill. All taken down. And does GamerLegion want to have a mission to go try and recover it? Rez moving into A main now, so he might get frisky.
Yeah. Magisk has a chance for extra. Oh, what?
What a rat.
ZTR gets wallbound by Kixan. Rez now stepping up. Oh, the Shadow. The Shadow makes him shoot, and Magisk comes in and secures the headshot. It is brutal for GamerLegion. They lose the opening B call, and they go for a straight 4-man save, and then they lose everything bar PR. Oh, it's a disastrous round for GamerLegion just as they were starting to try and build the second half up. Falcons, a super important round at this stage of the game.
What a wild sequence of unfortunate events for GamerLegion. This is a cool call from Falcons. I mean, I have to imagine that's game plan for that first gun round. They probably saw something in the tape. GamerLegion like to take a lot of mid control, exactly what they did. They heard all the utility, they heard the footsteps over in middle, and call is just like, yeah, go challenge at B. Likely only going to be one person there you can find in a heads-up duel with an AK. GamerLegions get themselves started, but that's a false start at the end of the day. So a little bit more fight, a little bit more battle to get some kind of control in this map.
Rez burned out into the open. He's going to cross over to the left side. They know they've got him pinned in that.
I think Kixan probably realizes there's two players as well.
Taps away, looking for the second, but he gets back. It's Nico to take that one out from heaven. Both kills go the way of Falcons, and GamerLegion a 3v5 hole to try and dig themselves out of. Could Acor start? Kixan's waiting. Could this be the third victim? The Shadow against the wall. Acor's going to retreat into spawn.
Monosy's getting a lot of time to peek into the B bomb site. Hasn't seen anything just yet.
So much time to sit with a 2-man advantage. The response with a flash peek in towards Monosy. He's going to miss the shot. ZTR gets one back here for GamerLegion.
Now the timing on that flash peek aggression from GamerLegion was just as the rest of Falcons slipped away, so Monosy unfortunately just had no backup, no one to keep any kind of a space. I don't think GamerLegion can go for this. They might feel like they have to try and see if they can get something to start to stay in this map, but if they lose everything here, it's over. They flirt with the idea, but back away after all. It's Kixan and Nico in middle to secure the opening kills and the round-ending kills. 11-7 now.
You'd imagine Ash thinking about a timeout soon. Getting into the late stages of this game, and Falcons have control of it.
I mean, his first time out in this half got them around. It's just they couldn't string them together. Now you have to. Talson, Acor, and ZTR survive with weapons, but what else? Couple dropped guns, and GamerLegion will have another strong buy going into round 19, but that's not the most exciting thing when you realize they've only won a single round. It's a 5-1 run in this second half, and Ash calls that third and final timeout. One last chance for him to relay the game plans that can get them back into it.
The save in the previous round gives them one last shot. You keep the AWP, you give it back to Acor. Gonna have PR and Talson on rifles, and MP9 to come out in the mix. But for GamerLegion, this is their last chance on the opening map.
It's their last chance on the map, and I'll tell you what, this map means a lot. I mean, this series means a lot to them. Falcons have been the team that have eliminated them from the quarterfinals back at PGL Bucharest and over at IEM Melbourne just recently. So, I mean, you're looking, if you're GamerLegion, you're like, yeah, we're really going to let them eliminate us 3 times in the quarterfinals?
And GamerLegion also not going to be in attendance at the major in Austin.
Yeah, their final hurrah of the season.
Here comes Nico, out of elbow, right into Rez. Talson to follow up, and a great start here for GamerLegion. They bring the fight to elbow, and out of the Ash timeout into a really solid start.
Look at the difference, though. They do all that mid-pressure, but this time they add a smoke at the top of B ramp. So Testis is looking for the same fight he had in the first gun round, and it ain't there, because GamerLegion's just like, we're not going to let you beat us with that. We don't want to deal with that protocol.
And that allows them to get back from mid and then stack up this B bomb site defense towards the end of the round as well. So tough to see a world in which Falcons can even fight into a competitive position from this point. There's the fight for TSS. Revealing the presence of Falcons. Still up towards the top of the ramp. They'll replenish that top ramp smoke. TSS can't respect it this time. Goes right through it. Kicksan's got the pick. Rez trying to double up. PR's beside him. And Monosy now, the last remaining member, retreating back behind the smoke.
Kills are valuable.
And none of them easy. Vision severed by the cloud cover, and so Monosy starts to retreat back behind the door. That smoke fades away.
He's going to have a save available to him if you want. I don't think GamerLegion is going to be very motivated to hunt down. So I think his goal right now with the bomb being dropped, he's like, I don't really have a chance of winning this. So let me go try and find like one kill, and I'll probably end up backing away off of that.
Yeah, and that one kill not presenting itself, and no real reason to go and try and find one.
And GamerLegion do it again. I mean, a must-win round, essentially. It's not, you know, going to straight up lose you the map, but put you in such a tough situation to come back into it. And they do it again with 4 players surviving, so they don't get punished in terms of economy. Next round's going to be another strong 5 for them. Not bad from GamerLegion considering the situation they're in.
Yeah, a lot of money, though, for Falcons. Monosy saving AWP. You've got just under 10K here for Kicksan, and as the round ends, he goes over 10K. So plenty of money across the board for Falcons to get a buyout here. But we're looking at another timeout from Ash into another round victory, and Falcons want to call their own.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the problem, though. You need way more than you have timeouts. You need way more rounds than you have timeouts if you want Ash to be able to win a couple for you. Falcons burn this one, so Zonic on the mic with his team, talking things over, listening in. The winningest coach in Counter-Strike history has had a tough time with this new organization putting things together over the past couple of years. It's been quite a task, and I think a heavier task than he probably anticipated, but this lineup seems to be something he can work with, something he can mold into another group of championship contenders.
He's had a better time over the last 2 months than he has over the last 2 years with his squad, for sure. He's finally got the pieces that he wanted all along. Nico and Monosy now playing under the Falcons banner, and Monosy going straight out of elbow, straight into the opening fight, and it's Monosy to come away with it. A-core down, and Falcons have the advantage to try and grab map point.
Steel was yapping quite a bit in the pre-match about Monosy's ability to find openings for you. And Monosy's just backed him up with that first kill, but can't convert a second, and now pushing through smoke. All of a sudden, GamerLegion have a man advantage.
Yeah, great response from ZTR to double off. Now Magisk making his A play out of A main. Rez starting to come back. He realizes this is a possibility. This is an opening.
Yeah, Magisk has done it before as well.
Rez not wanting to commit deeper towards the A bomb site. Has to play in donut.
This is nice, though. No one making a move, no one making anything that can let GamerLegion know where they are. Everyone's just tucked in, waiting for it, waiting for the bomb to arrive. And then we'll start seeing them move forward. Now, there's 2 smokes, 2 Molotovs that Falcons can use to plant this bomb safely. Magisk wanted to fight. Gonna force Rez back, has the information. Bomb gonna be planted in the corner safely. And we have a retake at hand. 4 for GamerLegion, 3 for Falcons.
ZTR blinded just as he wanted to go through that CT smoke.
No more utility available for Falcons when these smokes fade. GamerLegion moves forward.
ZTR charging out of temple. Magisk around the back of the big box. He's got a double kill, and that'll force them back. They have to relinquish this round. Rez is going to fall away. And Falcons up to map point here on Ancient. The opening map of the quarterfinals looks surely like it's going in the way of Falcons.
Ash looks a little bit disappointed too with how all that's played out. Not exactly probably what he wanted to during the timeout that Falcons called. He relayed some ideas and didn't look like it got done quite the way he envisioned. 4-round lead for Falcons, 4 chances to close out Ancient. And look at the teamwork from Falcons as well. 12 for Monosy, TSS, Magisk, 13 on Nico. It's Kicksan at 16 and 9 to lead the way. But a very good team affair going deep down the roster. And that one hurts if you're GamerLegion. But time to buckle up. Off for A-Core, MP9 for ZTR. You've got rifles otherwise.
The bomb starting to drift back over towards A. A-Core is going to have his scope positioned looking deep into A main. Hoping that he can peel away a kill. Quickest rotating player available is Res. So pressure certainly on A-Core's shoulders here. Just one player in A main though at the moment is Magisk. The rest of Falcons combining to take mid control.
Well, they've got it quietly. Now utility, a little bit of a push towards the B bomb site. Tess is under pressure from 2 choke points. Mid control for Falcons.
Res opening headshot, A-Core follows up. GamerLegion looking good at the start of the round, at least on players. Monosy taking a dink on board. He's still going to get away with it. He is still going to get away with equalizing kill. And now pressure on A-Core. Gets back to it on Magisk. Can the stand-in stand up to keep his team on the map? He looks back into the donut. Monosy's waiting, and another one from Monosy's mighty AWP. And it's ETR with everything to do. And the inevitability of Monosy delivery impact comes in the final round. It will be Falcons to open up with the opening map of the quarterfinals. This is a squad that are destined to try and get into the semifinals to play against Vitality, and they're one map win away from doing it.
Against Falcons attack.
A lot of util into this one for Falcons. Quickly heading into the lobby with 4 players. The A-bomb side is going to see some love. Towson and ZTR set up together to try and deal with the Falcons' threat. Magisk ready to drop that smoke in towards main. And that door will swing open, signaling the sign to go.
All right, kicks in a little bit of utility on the roof. Towson's going to shift away. Oh, this is the worst time for them to move this defense. Here it comes.
Yeah, the hit comes in just as they adjust, and we've got ZTR in the first, the second, and the third as he knocks them down with the dual Berettas, gunslinging his way to a 4K, and GamerLegion hold on.
Oh, and he's pointing at him as well. He wants to let him know. Showing him where he's at on the stage.
Yeah, bringing some energy into this map now for GamerLegion. Fell flat in that second half, but starting off Nuke with some energy from ZTR.
Yeah, it's a lovely way to get things started, having a player pop off like this. It's good for him individually, gonna have confidence moving into the next few rounds.
Especially when it's your in-game leader too, right? Once your leader stepping up, charging forward like that.
And in-game leaders will all tell you they call better when they're playing better, so nice start for GamerLegion. We'll see if Falcons can return this. I doubt it. Only 1 deagle picked up, mostly a save for Falcons. They got nowhere near the bomb site. Nico on the desk talking up the Nico Nuke angle. He's obviously he's got a long history with this map of some unfortunate shots and unfortunate losses, some heartbreaking losses. Sure. Now he's got to win on it to get into the semifinals. A couple players fall. Tess is in Monosy.
GamerLegion had a decent start in the first half. Eventually, it wasn't enough to keep them going as Monosy 3K deagle round turned out to be the catalyst to the comeback from Falcons. They gained control from that point in the game in the first half and able to round things out. GamerLegion hoping they can get an even cleaner start here and build on it. Heard the desk talking about when you're an underdog team, you can't afford to lose rounds like that.
Yes, and well, yeah, not even losing, you can't afford to take losses. Like, you can't afford the mistakes here, right? If Kixon's deagle opens things up, maybe you lose 2 players, 3 players. Those are resources you cannot afford to drop at this moment. Good find from Rez. So much safety so far back, and ZTR is not going to let anyone cross. This round is done. It's going to be 2-0 for GamerLegion, and we'll get AKs in the next round for Team Falcons.
There's one nice shot from Nico. Couldn't follow up. ZTR to close him out. And 1 casualty for GamerLegion. Money builds, and we've got Falcons getting into the bye.
Yeah, we'll get AK-47s. Galilla's going to be on Tess's, who picked up the deagle in the previous round, but this is the first chance for Kixon, who top fragged in the first map on Ancient for his team, leading from the front. It's the first chance for him to start digging into the playbook and setting things up as this half goes deeper. Keep eyes on Nico outside, obviously. As I mentioned, Yanko bringing him up as someone who needs to have a good game, and it would just be great for him to have a good game here on Nuke, but such a critical part of the map.
Miss Molly here. Rez is going to stay committed outside behind the smoke regardless. His eyes on Tesses at the top of the silo. uncomfortable for Rez, but he's going to get away.
He's so happy that was a Galil, but Nico never spotted A-Core up on the roof. He's probably looking closely into the smoke, see if he can spot Rez taken down. It looked like it was going to go the other way. Now a 4 versus 5.
Well, PR put under quite a bit of pressure. He's got Towson to try and alleviate some of it. Magisk stays committed to the push, and he spotted a little bit of Towson in the air. PR swings, and he gets a double out of the MP9. He actually gets both kills from that. And that's giving GamerLegion a huge advantage now to close out 4v2.
Yeah, but upper bomb side, only one defender, and it's Rez with low HP. Now, he's in a tough spot, but if something goes wrong, if he takes a bullet, anything, Tess is going to clear him out.
He's going to take more than that. Leg to the head. Rez falls off, and we got Falcons in the upper bomb site.
Yeah, now we're in. Bomb being planted for Heaven, backside of the silos. PR, he doesn't want to flank because he's got no HP. GamerLegion is getting funneled, I think, into some choices, some decisions that they really don't want to make, but have to because of the health.
Well, Tessa has given away his position, trying to lay down some bullets through the main smoke. PR is so low coming in from Heaven. Relies upon the main prong to the approach to get them in. And now Tessez has to be tight in his hold. He's not going to be able to do it. Falcons unable to pick up their first round win. Tessez gives them the bomb plant though, and that's 3 in a row here for GamerLegion.
Yeah, both Falcons players go into HUD and kind of work their way towards lobby, towards Squeak Door, where they're going to be blocked off. So coming back in, they didn't have any strong positions. They had plenty of time to find them. And you can see Kixon when he comes back in, he's like, the only option I really have is to fight. Here's that clear from Tessez.
He's seen the shadow off the silo. Yeah. Knew exactly where to go.
But that decision from PR with 4 HP not to flank ends up being a brilliant decision to make. Really well done from PR, understanding the situation. Got a headphone off and a referee in the camera view, and you know what that means. That means we got a little tech pause.
A tech pause indeed. But best in the business will get it resolved quickly.
Oh, Dallas, I see you guys got beer this year. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, no chance required this time. Keep bringing some great signs as well every single year. They just keep getting better and better as the day goes on. It seems to be something with more beer, better signs.
Yeah.
Something there, Jason?
There's some magic. All right. 3-0 for GamerLegion. Timeout coming to a close. Round 4 settling in. A-Core with the AWP for Team Falcons after this 3-round loss to start the half. Their T-side is going to be a tough affair. They're going to have to grind the rounds. They don't have the luxury of the buffer provided by a pistol. And this one, they're playing with Tech-9s and Deagles. They got plenty of utility.
Quick take of outside for Nico, and bullets land at his chest, but he still makes it across. Gets down Secret. Now the rest of his teammates attempted to get past Red's bullets. They will actually get by. Oh, Monosy, a couple extra right there at the end.
Only one player's rotated downstairs, though. Magisk's going to be the lurk. It's ZTR over in Vents, but he's not so much... Okay, 2 players over in Vents. So ZTR hops out with that smoke. Confident nobody encroaching, but when it fades, they will push in. And now Rez has come into the Vents as well. So doubled up on the defense in Secret.
There's a swing of Nico's Deagle. Grenade's going to land in towards him, and they push right into the rifle. They overwhelm him, and so Red steps up in his stead. He'll go into the peak, and Monosy's landed one in the meantime on the back of Towson. He's now Tessez looking for a follow-up kill here on the Deagle of his own. And Falcons are in this fight.
Monosy could win this. Oh, he has no idea Rez. Oh, he doesn't know Rez. Okay, sound cue up towards the upper bomb site. Tess is now lurking down low. You got to deal with A-Core up in the Heaven.
1 HP for Monosy. Oh, that grenade's going to get him, but the bomb goes down. The bomb gets planted. Crucial milliseconds fall in favor of Falcons, and here's the Tessez flank.
They don't know about this, so they can't hustle.
Oh, he does. He reads it. He reads the play. He goes back, gets his gun out in time. And now it is Magisk required. We talk about experience and the lack of stage experience for GamerLegion. None more experienced than Magisk, and he's going to wait back in the hut. He's got himself one in A-Core. He's got to let that experience shine. He lands the dink up towards Heaven. But enough health for PR to stand and the defuse to come through for GamerLegion.
Very, very close as well, because Rez defusing with no HP, or excuse me, PR defusing with low HP. That could have been a double kill. All right, let's see what you got. What a slideshow. We'll come back to it, guys. It was basically an image anyways.
Needs an Intel Core Ultra upgrade, I think. There's Magisk's attempt.
Very dangerous.
You have to remember that was with pistols for Falcons.
Yeah, I was going to say a very dangerous round for GamerLegion. Acor getting aggressive behind this smoke. Last time it was Rez, he was caught, but only a Galil couldn't finish him off. So Rez, okay, he sees a little bit, smoke coming in. And Tessis doesn't want the peek this time.
Rez at red. Goes into the open, spots out Tessis at the silo.
Yeah, but that flash is a signal. Now they know someone's at Rez.
Yeah, Nico's so ready for him as well. Rez sliced open by Nico. Acor trying to cleave one off the top of the silo. There's a replenishment of the reinforcements here. ZTR's arrived from Secret to go and challenge Nico, but Nico's got both. This is his position, this is his domain, and outside in control of Falcons.
Yeah, given some footsteps in the nade trajectory from Secret. He wants Acor to be calling out that one's gone down low. But GamerLegion in the 3v5, they've just chosen to stack this upper bomb site. Ooh, if Falcons finish here, it could be a train wreck.
Yeah, Taliesin to the back of the site, just spots a little bit of Tessis, but it doesn't matter because Magisk has come through. Monosy follows up, and they run over the A bomb site. It's going to be a safe call here for Acor, back it away. Monosy on that hunt. Nice shot from Acor. He realizes he's now in a very dangerous spot where they likely will try and take that AWP away from him.
Magisk has done some really solid work in these first two maps on the flank. Away from the action as that solo player, the guy who's expected to always make sure plan B is available. I don't think Acor goes for this. That one kill kind of gave him an idea of the potential, but decides to back away at the end of it. But yeah, great lurking performance from Magisk, even if the volume of fragging isn't anything crazy. And once again, here he finds the escape route. So first round for Falcons on Nuke.
Acor hanging on to the AWP. We got $7,500 in the bank for PR. We'll see what kind of buy GamerLegion can throw together here.
It's going to be a solid buy, but they're going to be out of money after this. PR has to spend all that cash dropping rifles over his teammates, so it's going to be really awkward for GamerLegion moving forward. This is maybe the first big chance that Falcons have at breaking that economy, resetting it, and giving themselves a chance to scrape together a couple easy rounds to close the gap on the scoreboard. So really big round for both of these teams. It represents for Falcons the ability to keep this close and get into the match early. For GamerLegion, extend that lead and try and bury Falcons if you could win this one.
CTR and Taliesin boosted up on top of Hut. They're going to play there together. In the meantime, there's a bucket of flashbangs waiting on top of the roof.
This has to be a double pump though, right? This has to be like a round of utility for an upper exec that forces out all the counter nades. It's too early in the round for this to be a commitment. Surely.
Well, they're going to go on it. They're going to go on the first time of asking. And knocking at the door as Tess says, but there were two players on the hut. Two players on the hut. And maybe that'll still come back to bite Falcons, but yet to make his move. Still waiting inside of the hut smoke. ZTR ready to strike. Magisk goes back and nearly clears it, but ZTR, a little bit of magic dropping off the hut. Monosy's going to clear him out though. Evens the numbers out at 55 seconds, and the pause button has been hit. There's still time to stay composed for Falcons down in the site.
Good nade, a little bit of extra damage and making PR nervous. Monosy going to tap the bomb. They might want to bail out to the lower bomb site. This has been so harassed, so contested. I don't think they're going to be comfortable anyway. Neither of them can cover Mini. They have to choose if they want to cover Heaven or Mini.
PR comes in at the perfect time. Tessis looks away, so it's Monosy looking for his first big clutch here of the quarterfinals. 25 seconds left, and Monosy bails out.
Yeah, but Rez has the read. He's actually kind of beat him a little bit with some pacing, although he pauses over in ramp room, thinks maybe Monosy ran back out towards lobby, but now he's going to be here to pin Monosy behind silo.
When you've got Monosy, you've always got a chance in the clutch here, and it's a straight up fight between Rez. Half HP, dropped a little further for Rez, now at 40.
Oh, this reposition is brutal. I think Rez is just beat. There's no way you expect this.
Look how quick and decisive Monosy is in these situations. The room fills with his name, and the kill feed. It is incredible for Monosy, so comfortable in the clutch.
Look at that smirk
and
as well.
Dallas celebrate a Monosy moment again.
Man, I have to imagine he got a little bit scared when that smoke comes out. He just had to spam the angle when he thinks Rez is moving into it. It's a great reposition, but almost outpositions himself. If Rez is able to make it to the bomb, this round is basically over. Monosy just has to guess that he's going to walk in as the smoke blooms. A second round. And there's the economic break Monosy was looking for. USPs for GamerLegion.
Stack of players here at Secret. All on pistols as Nico has his crosshair pinned, ready to punish a peek. Temporarily throwing utility down and kicks in to clear out Ruz. And the A play is here for Falcons. They'll walk into an empty site.
Nice and easy. 1 kill and it's over. So there's that kind of easy round they get to close the gap. It's going to be 3-4 now as the bomb gets planted by Nico. And for GamerLegion, probably going to start trying to have a conversation here as this round finishes up about how they want to change this defense. I think, you know, Nico's only got 3 kills, but he's had a couple nice rounds outside. So Falcons, that might be something GamerLegion is thinking. We've seen them be aggressive towards red box a couple of times. We've seen them play passive back in garage, so probably just a conversation about how they want to work it into this next gun round. Good kills from Monosy. Heating up. Farming ecos, it all looks good.
Yeah, Eco, the last of the crops. He's just around the corner, and Monosy's going to find it. 3 rounds in a row for Falcons. I think Ruz is going to be frustrated from a couple of gun rounds ago when he gets up to red. He felt like he was in a strong position.
Yes.
Just didn't catch a favorable timing. I don't necessarily think they can't go back to that based on how it went.
They can still go back to it. They've just used it twice already in this half so far. So I mean, once you use it, you know, that much, I think Falcon's going to be kind of aware of the possibility. They've already shown that they're not getting caught off guard by it, right? So it might not be worth the investment of manpower and utility. But here we go, aggressive again. I take it all back. This time, past red box.
Yeah, Ruz has some help this time, and in fact, he's gone through the smoke. On the back is Tessa, and it's going to be ZTR on the first, Ruz on the follow-up. And this time, outside success for the CT side of GamerLegion. Tessa's fighting on so many different fronts, 3 players all around the smokes. And the aggression for GamerLegion outside pays off.
Yeah, this time they really get the reward out of it. Previously it was maybe just delayed, maybe just an annoyance, but this time it's an emphatic victory for the aggressive stance. 1 versus 5, and off the top of that success, a round where you have no money and you've just rebought into, you're going to feel flush with cash after keeping 4 players alive if you can get there. Just Magisk remaining to find. And he should go for kills. Shouldn't be a save for Magisk in this scenario.
GamerLegion's first round win outside of the initial 4 picked up. Ash happy with the response of the CT side once the guns have come back out. This is Ruz pushed up in the smokes. Absolute chaos for Falcons to try and figure out, especially Tessa, who's just standing in the open fighting 3 different fronts.
Yeah, they never had a good read on where everyone was. They were looking for ghosts the whole time. Round 9. Mac 10 on Kixon. Over towards ramp room we go.
Fast.
They've got some pep in their step.
Indeed they do. Tessa's getting into the vent. The Kixon, Mac 10 flying through. Tessa's got a night kill. Oh, this is not the start GamerLegion would have liked in the follow-up round. And Falcons just barreling down into B.
And as soon as Tessa gets that kill, if you're GamerLegion, you're like, oh, we can't go down vents. Oh, now he's gonna be aggressive. He wants to hold on to it instead of dropping the smoke. Might come back to haunt them. Might regret that decision, but for now, Nico can hold them at bay.
Important kill to be won there by Ruz. Follow-up utility, smokes, flashes, forcing them back into secret.
That's the one. All 3 of them are behind the smoke. They have to bail out. They don't have the time to wait for it. So Falcons gonna win a hard-fought round. Shock and awe with Tessa's dropping vent paired with the ramp rush. The early rotation to get down towards control or decon through vents just gets ruined.
Yeah, 4th round 1 with a little Falcons flair. I'm sure we'll get to see that knife and how it went down for Tessa's. But changing it up, that's what Falcons can do. Quicksand very happy to pick up a Mac 10 and just go front in, create space, create a little bit of chaos.
And sometimes strats and tactics are just that easy. That is entirely designed for Tessas to just get that 1 fast rotation kill. You know if there's a ramp rush, an upper player is going to try and get downstairs as fast as humanly possible. Going to throw caution to the wind. It's still early. There's smokes everywhere. There's malls. He's feeling safe. But coming into the vent, he never saw Tessas.
And ZTR makes that quick rotation. So decisive about it. He's now going to be on notice for the rest of the half. A little more wary about getting into the vent. Oh, good push into the hut here from Acorn. Advanced setup with the AWP, and it peels away with a kill on Magis.
And it also opens up the chance for PR to take a risk and start pushing into the smoke over towards Trophy Room. Now he's going to be able to wrap around.
Speaking of wrapping around, look at Tessas.
Yeah, this round's going to get weird.
Look at Tessas. He's got Telson running right into him. Second kill, nearly. ZTR ensures the trade and keeps his team in this fight. Now, Rez is still at the back of the garage, and we've got Falcons moving outside as PR takes over lobby. GamerLegion so active on the CT side right now.
I wonder what Acor is going to do with this op. It's over towards the control vent for the moment, but PR just said everything's clear. You can actually go elsewhere. So now he's got to be concerned over towards Mini Garage. They've been spotted crossing, not wanting to use utility. There's one kill from Acor. He can back off. PR's coming in slowly but surely.
Yeah, Rez can take the distraction, the initial fights, but that's the PR flank. And it's Nico with a 1v3 ahead of him. It's going to be a tough clutch to get into here for Nico.
Well, the bomb's all the way out and outside, so it's going to be an extremely tough clutch. Yeah,
got to play on hoping an elimination, and of course not going to happen as ZTR nails him in the head. We've got 6 rounds picked up for GamerLegion. Still,
I think if you're Falcons right now, you got 2 rounds remaining in this half. You're sitting, you're feeling in a comfortable place. You're not in a bad spot. You didn't win pistol, so you knew this half wasn't going to be a large snowball where you just blow up the scoreboard. You've been grinding back into it, fighting back and forth. 4 rounds at this point is not bad. You get 1 more, you're happy. You get 2 more, you're ecstatic. So timeout to see what they can scrape together. Op still in the hands of Acor. And what else does Kixon have in his bag of tricks? The cheese for the knife kill and vents has already been used.
Well, Kixon's going to go to Tech 9. Khalil for Tessas, 3 AKs on the rest. Acor with some confidence. He went for the hut push in the previous round for the opening move. He's gone outside this time. Not going to net him the kill and realizes there's a timer on how long you can hold that position. So drops back, repositions. He'll be over towards Secret early on. A lot of smokes outside right now for Falcons and not a whole lot of players.
No, but they've attacked down towards Secret a number of times throughout this half, very frequently. So even just the smokes outside is going to make GamerLegion a little bit nervous. They have dropped Acor down there with the AWP. So considering the fact that at this point, perhaps Falcons lining up at the Secret stairs, they would be incorrect if that's their line of thought, because the upper bomb site is in trouble.
It's in a lot of trouble. And the player to get them out of it is ZTR in the back of the site, and Telson up on the rafters. It's only 1 from Telson. ZTR on the cleanup instead, and a single kill from the back of the site is not enough. Acor waits in the vent. Coiled, ready to fly up, uses the utility instead, and with the bomb going down, it's PR to take the next step forward, but he gets caught with Kicksan just hiding behind the box.
And Acor's Molly gave away exactly where he was playing from. The Molly trying to keep a defender out of there to make sure that the Heaven player can actually get out, not be harassed by a player at vents, but it sells Acor, and he'll probably lose everything. Indeed, he will. Nicely done from Monosy, leading the way with 12 kills for Falcons, the only one for Falcons in double digits. You know what? That's probably true.
As a North American, you got to say that, Jason.
That's probably true. Kixon's done a great job. I mean, the 2 trades with Tech 9's coming out of the smoke as well, calling a great game. The little peekaboo up towards Heaven, really well done. Little frustration for GamerLegion. They had that hot start in the half at 4-0, but it's been a 5-2 run since then. Falcons have gained control of the gun rounds.
It was a 6-6 half in the first half of Ancient as well. Falcons having to play from behind to get that even score line. Looking forward again here. They should be able to do it, given GamerLegion's situation.
It's a rough buy, isn't it? 5-7 on ZTR, Deagle on Rez. Really, really labored with utility. Only a couple pieces remaining. 1 kit to work with. And you can see Falcons, they're so comfortable. Playing it slow, seeing if there's going to be any pushes, anything crazy. And Kickson lining up for the outside smokes. Nico's going to utilize those over at red box. And we'll see what kind of movement it forces in the defensive GamerLegion. Did he lose his smoke?
I'm just happy to see the smokes landing this year. You know,
That's true.
We were celebrating Stewie actually landing the smokes outside, so I'll take it.
Well, I mean, it's odd because now the timing of that smoke wall is so disjointed that Nico just backs away. He's like, I actually can't utilize this anymore because it's just a little too weird.
Core has been all over the show with his AWP, this time towards ramp. Unfortunately, they're not coming towards him yet. They're going to apply pressure into the top side again. It's Talson and ZTR with weaker weapons. PR out towards Mini. 28 seconds on the clock. Falcons looking to close the half at a 6-6 scoreline. Magisk opens up. Talson shuts the door on 2. But it's ETR's 5-7, the last hope, the last line of defense of this upper site with Core. And the AWP's going to strike. ETR going down, and so will Core as he falls to the ground. It's a 6-6 scoreline. Falcons hoping for a 2-0. They switch to the CT side next.
It's deja vu on map 2 as Falcons storm back, a comeback to tie things up 6-6 at the end of the first half. But GamerLegion is hoping the future holds something a little bit different for them because map 1 ended in a loss, and if that happens here, they are eliminated out of the playoffs at Dallas. So looking to bring this to Inferno if they possibly can.
Yeah, that second half did not go so well for them after securing 6-6. Only won 2 rounds in the second half. It's going to be a completely different story here for GamerLegion. And let's see what ZTR can cook up here for the GamerLegion T side. It's quite quick for Rise, charging into the ramp room. TeSeS waiting, and oh my goodness, blasted, but still landing 1 kill.
And Kixon might have just slowed him down enough to get him downstairs, but they're coming right at him. Kixon tucks into the corner. Oh, he's done. How many can he take with him is the question. Answer is 0.
Yeah, they're just keeping the train going here for GamerLegion. Looking to keep the momentum up. Nico just distracted, completely lost as to where GamerLegion are. And they come through all the gaps. 4v3, remember the TeSeS is so low, so you need something magic from Magisk, and it's not there. Towson will take him down on the clock. And ZTR to respond, so it's a quick round here for GamerLegion.
Both
and
pistols.
It's one that's strong and convincing.
Yeah, both pistols is a really nice thing to have in a map that you need to close out to keep this battle going onto a third map. So nicely done from GamerLegion. It's still going to be tough to convert the second if Falcons do decide to buy. But I mean, man, that's just, if you're Falcons starting the second half in this kind of a pistol round, that's probably a little bit disconcerting if you're one of the players. You had no idea what was happening on the map. You had no idea where GamerLegion was moving. I just get beat all across the map, 7-6.
There's going to be a forced buy response here from Team Falcons. TeSeS already buying up into the scout. MP9's coming out, Deagles. Now, we talked about how crucial it is. The GamerLegion don't drop losses to these kind of buys coming up next. Could be devastating. Could be the end of their Dallas run. Or a spell, the start of it at least. If they lose a round like this. So, looking to try and keep it clean. Monosy's going to have the scout out, and we've got Rise now getting into the ramp room. Have to deal with a push.
Ooh, okay, Rez. TeSeS pauses and waits. They want a shot from Monosy first.
Here comes the flash. Here comes the peek. TeSeS coming in. Cutting through one, but stopped by Magisk in response, and an upgrade as well for Magisk. He gets away with an AK-47.
And there's no ability for GamerLegion to take any space off the back of that kind of a play. Towson has barely moved down secret stairs, so Monosy's got plenty of time to get comfortable in this lower bomb site. Okay, things get a little bit strange now for GamerLegion. Gonna work their way into secret, but A-Court, Red Box, ZTR still outside mini. They're not committed anywhere yet. Around towards heaven we go. Very few eyes on this location. Kixon and Nico are gonna clear out lobby. So Falcons are going to start piecing this together while Monosy is just parked at the lower bomb site.
Trying to remain composed, their GamerLegion.
I think ZTR with Molotov Flash is going to try and throw a fake up heaven.
And Towson and Eiko are about to be spotted though by Monosy. His eyes back in his crosshair just in time, but usually so reliable in those situations. Monosy gets nothing.
Ooh.
A dink on the ZTR though.
That scared the hell out of him.
Oh yeah, you can see how panicked he is. Jump scare. Oh, it's Kixon. Oh, he turns back. What? What is that? He gets away with a triple on the 5-7. The dink's out towards heaven and the turn back to the vent.
That's a freakish sequence from your IGL. I cannot believe it. Look at the spin around. This is gross. Initial dink. He does eventually clean it up. Knows what that flashbang means. Unfortunately for Towson and A-Core, they're coming into a blind fight. They got no idea.
And we just said that they can't lose a round like this. GamerLegion can't afford to lose rounds like this. You come into the second half, you got a tight game, you win the pistol, you need to convert it. You need to start getting going here in the second half early on. And that moment from Kixon is absolutely devastating.
And it negates the positives of winning both pistols. And you've got to buy right back into things, and you've got to engage this economic tug of war in the first few rounds to try and come out on top. But now you're fighting against Falcons with rifles, with M4s, AK-47. The scout is still in Monosy's hands. A brutal turn of events for GamerLegion.
You've got to throw one right back at them. Scout out for A-Core, Deagles, Tech 9s. Knocked off their feet are GamerLegion.
just warming up for the off, you know?
Getting a lot of chances, a lot of shots.
There we go.
Firing outside. And Acor rattle back.
That's a nice rebuttal at range. Nico slides over outside. Magisk is with him as well. Nico's actually down in secret, excuse me. Magisk sees nothing. So a very patient round from GamerLegion, and it has to be. They've only got one smoke remaining, so that one smoke, I mean, you got to really pick where you want to place it. It's not, if you use it on the cross, you're not going to have it for the bomb site. If you use it on the bomb site, you're not going to have it for the cross. So they got to have a really tough decision to make. And there it is. To fight towards heaven, to wrap across Mini and challenge heaven and hell.
Yeah, Magisk gets vision on it though, but oh, the timing, not able to spot ZTR and PR getting closer to the locker room window. Magisk clean on the first headshot. Gonna climb up the ladder, be quite quick about the reposition.
Yeah, he doesn't know if they're there.
Here comes Nico as well to try and clear him out, but PR, great deagle shot. Oh, Rez waits outside, and Nico set up by the distraction goes down to the deagle of Rez. And GamerLegion can now have an opportunity to pull this back after a heartbreaking loss to Force Buy in the second round. They have one of their own here.
Oh.
Tess, how has he not got that one? Damage on to 2, and yet no kills still for Tess. PR getting away, trying to run away with a bomb, but it's Rez's deagle to bounce back for GamerLegion.
Tesses might never use a Galil ever again.
No, I think that's it. Retire that.
He might never pick up that gun, but what a win for GamerLegion. And that's just, I mean, quiet on the map. Yeah, Falcons just must have been so nervous. This kill is there, but Nico's going investigating as well. He's trying to end the round immediately, and man, they just get caught trying to do a little bit too much into it.
I think that's everybody's reaction right now.
That's heartbreak, that's disbelief, and indigestion all in one.
Another Force Buy.
Well, I mentioned GamerLegion needed to descend into the economic tug of war. Well, they have the advantage at the moment. It's now Falcons who have to fight dirty. Only Taliesin outside for the T side. Other 4 players lining up towards ramp room. There's nobody home, they'll get it for free, but then they have to ask the question, do you want to go downstairs? Do you want to go heaven? Do you want to go back to lobby? Where exactly do you think Falcons is positioned?
The descent down into the B-bomb site.
There's 2 players here, but they're over in secret. That's going to be Nico and Kixim.
And so they're getting further away from the site.
When this bomb gets planted and when they hear the utility come out, they may just want to save. They just may want to save and try again in the next round in round 17. Try not to lose any of these weapons. If you could find Taliesin in this M4, that'd be cool.
And Nico's deco going down. You do have a lot of committed resources to this fight against PR. Monosy wins the outside duel as well.
Well, now you can have 3 rifles in the next round, but you have to make the decision to call it off now, and they will. I like this call from Falcons, so they'll concede the round, but now you've got 2 from us. You've got an M4 and Monosy from finding Taliesin on his lonesome. It's going to be 9-7, 2-round lead for GamerLegion, but Falcons have a very intimidating buy coming in the next round.
GamerLegion do a good job stabilizing after the Force Buy loss in the second round of the second half. We've got a timeout here for Falcons.
They need it. They need to have a really big conversation here, heart to heart. Don't want to let this one slip away from them. Now this buy is kind of a luxury. It's kind of just a bonus that they get by nature of saving and finding the extra weapon. I don't think you'll want to invest a whole lot around it outside of what you have right at this moment, because next round you'll have everything for a full buy. So Zonic trying to get Falcons back into things. Monosy looking down the line at the play that's called. GamerLegion marching forward in this second half, undeterred by a second round loss. 3 of the first 4 in their favor. They win this round 17, they've got all the momentum moving forward.
At least by nature of how this half has gone so far, GamerLegion have been able to avoid any Monosy AWP sighting. Nico's the eagle. Oh, close to a good timing there on Talson, but he sprints down Secret quite early on here, so space being taken for the side of GamerLegion.
It's because if you're GamerLegion, you know they save 3 rifles, and you know they've maybe picked up a little bit of utility around it, but they're not going to sink everything they have, so that fast play forces the smoke from Kixon, which means you're going to have, what, like a minute and 15 seconds of a free reign of Secret, so it just kind of pulls that smoke out early so it can't be a hindrance later. I think in general, the philosophy from Falcons in this round as well is just like, who cares about Secret, who cares about the lower bomb site? If they go there, they win. We still have guns we can save and buy up next and continue having cheap investments.
Kicks in, feeds himself to Rez. PR coming in to help him out, but Magisk actually doubles up and keeps Falcons in the fight, but Acorn there to respond.
And he's going to be very, very nervous. He's going to be very aware of the possibility that Tessis is pushed up towards ramp room, which is exactly what's happened. AK-47 recovered. Tessis needs to try and slide in. That's the bomb. Oh, what a turn! And it's all down to just Towson.
And Towson has to try and unravel all of the hard work from Tessos on that double kill. And Tess, yes, there he goes! That's more like it. Great recovery. And Falcons fight forward to 8 rounds.
Absolutely insane. What a round from Magisk and Tessis. The double kill for Magisk to set him up, but Tessis picking up that AK-47. Those are 2 really hard fights. No armor as well. Drills Acor in the spin to shut down ZTR. That's a nasty sequence. And if the second round loss after the pistol was heartbreaking for GamerLegion, I don't know if I have an adjective for what this one is. Just takes their legs out from beneath them. Second timeout called by GamerLegion out of that devastating loss.
And now that Monosy op has entered the server on the CT side. You've avoided it for the entire second half so far. And a shake of the head for Ash. A couple of incredibly frustrating rounds from his team today.
But they're still in it, so you can't give up yet. 3 AK-47s, a Galil on Acor. Only a lowly P250 on Rez. Falcons looking to tie things up. And so light on utility for the GamerLegion attack. They've got the smokes, but not a whole lot behind it. Monosy's op could be instrumental.
Smoke blown open. Shot misses by a whisper. Monosy retreats, wraps around. Look at Talson trying to catch the reload. Timing on Nico! Oh, he's got it! Nico backs away. It's going to be an opening kill, followed up by PR. And the Monosy op coming up towards heaven, but it might not be enough because all of his teammates are gone, and ZTR. He's caught by Monosy, but it's all about dropping back now. As Tess says, he's rotating towards the vents. It could be a window, a small window for him to get back up into the site, and Falcons could still have a shot at this.
Monosy's going to try and give him some cover as well. He has a smoke. He can actually smoke off Squeak Door, and they can make this work. Tessis can come up the vents now. He's got that cover.
There's the smoke up, and Tessis arrives. Monosy switches out to the AK. A kid on his back. A little bit of utility. Monosy with another clean headshot. Does he look back to the right spot at the right time? Talson's in the vent. Tessis doesn't clear the hut. The time is limited, and the chances dwindle. Monosy's got another headshot, hunting down the final kill. And he just can't get it. Monosy's gonna retreat. Not enough time to pick up their own victory, and GamerLegion will withstand its double figures, 10-8.
However, Monosy's op did get blown away by the bomb. He's not able to recover it, so that weapon that was going to be so crucial is gone. And this is a rare mistake out of Nico. That's like a rare inexperienced mistake, just dumping the whole mag when you don't have information on what's on the other side of that smoke. A very audible reload in an exposed position. For that lack of experience we mentioned for GamerLegion, they're sticking in this map so well. Towards the upper bomb site. All these smokes outside have pulled the attention of Falcons defense, but the hit is coming elsewhere.
Kicksan steps forward in all the chaos. Steps shrouded by bullets. Headshots coming in and eventually taken down by Acor. Nico now looking to cover off the site, knowing that the bomb is rolled to his feet. It's a comfortable spot for his two teammates to rotate into. Trying to piece together where the remaining players of GamerLegion have gone. And they've bailed out of the upper bomb site.
This game is so wild. I have to imagine both coaches are sitting there just trying not to have a heart attack with the way that these heroics, these individual multi-kills from Falcons are keeping them alive, but then the inability of GamerLegion to capitalize on the rare moments of success they have.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, Zonic doesn't even know what to do with his fingers. He's going to break them pretty soon. Got to be careful. The things you don't realize you're doing when you're nervous.
Well, let's see how he fares if Falcons fail to convert this one. Acor has gone on a long journey with ZTR. The two SMGs going to be caught in a crossfire. Tessis is going to step up first and not even required anybody else. Tessis takes the double kill.
But it's got to be now. It's got to be here for Falcons. Like, you've had three of, this is your third. This is your third miraculous round. You had the kicks in the previous round behind the smoke during the upper X. You had the Tess's round when he picks up the AK-47. Now you've got you had the second round win already. Like, this is now the time where you have to capitalize on the fact you put yourself in this position. And if Falcons is the team that we think they are, if they're the team that is #2 in the world, the second best team who can only be defeated by the best of the best, this round right here is where you have to put a stop to this, tie the game back up and take the lead and close out this map.
The conversation we started today was all about Team Falcons getting a convincing victory versus GamerLegion to go into that semifinals versus Team Vitality. Just a couple of weeks ago in Australia, they beat them in the quarterfinals and made it look easy. It's a different story today. GamerLegion making them sweat.
Gonna be another tough round though, but they worked it out the last time. Two Deagles, a Tech 9, a Scout, and an AK for the GamerLegion attack. Nursing this one-round lead, hanging on to it for dear life. Nico, 4-12. It's been an ugly game that he has not been able to get a feel for.
That's been a very poor event from Nico. This map might just be the low light. His teammates can get the result. Might not matter. Monosy just jiggling outside, detecting information, and well, lack thereof. Not seeing anybody. As Nico now comes over towards Secret. It'll be a great round for him to find some impact. Usually so comfortable, usually so dominant in this position. Nico is going to get the first, drop the utility, and back away.
You can tell, though, he knows he's having a rough game because I think he would have gone for two. The normal Nico, I think, would have swung for that second one. This time, though, makes the smart decision. Says, don't do anything when I'm having a game like this that can give the advantage up. Not at this stage of the game. So now Tess is in position to cut off the fallback.
Oh, with a PR able to land the shot required to keep GamerLegion in this 4v4. But look at the response from Falcons. They push into the lobby. They've got the space here on the CT side. It's going to make it tough as Monosy looking to block out Mini, looking to stop them from getting forward. And Nico at Secret, can he lock this one up?
Oh my
It's the worst kept secret though. He's not able to do it. And Monosy with the headshot, at least keeping numbers even, but Nico needed something.
I guarantee you his eyes flicked up to the kill feed to see who got that kill, to see how that exactly played out. But man, hard game for Nico. And that kill right there is really tough to handle. Now a retake scenario for Falcons where they have no smoke. They've got one kit on Monosy and they got to risk everything for it.
Throwing everything they've got into this. But Kicksan going down in the vent and Monosy's already so committed. Desperately trying to make something happen here for Falcons. But even he can't do it. Even he can't find a way here. It's 11 rounds for GamerLegion. Monosy is committed to the site, trying to remove his weapon, and Magisk will protect him, but the bomb will go off and blast everything away from the hands of Falcons.
Okay, this next round is actually going to be awesome. Round 21. We don't get a treat like this all that often because those kills, sticking around and finding those two kills on the exit, the bomb destroying everyone from both teams after the fact. Both teams have crappy money, crappy economy, but both teams have to buy in this round. So it's going to be a very odd, scrappy one. And at this stage in the game where so much of the map is going to rest upon it, Zonic calls a timeout. Giving his boys a chance to talk things over. How do they want to work these weak and diminished weapons? What setups do they want to run? Both teams going to be missing utility. Round 21, it's 11-9. Falcons one map up in this series. But GamerLegion tantalizingly close to forcing Inferno as a third and deciding map.
This is the best chance for GamerLegion. They've got to take it. Monosy out at red. Be a lot of pressure on his shoulders. With Nico not having a good game, Monosy becomes even more important. Unable to rise to the occasion outside here. He's going to back away. He's going to put Nico at secret instead with a FAMAS. He got 1 kill in the previous round. This time, same result. Tesses under a lot of pressure. Deagle diving down into B.
Oh, good tag from Magisk. Oh, didn't need to go back for that, but Monosy's here, so maybe you're just trying to set him up. Monosy's got to back off now. With his teammate gone and Tesses having dropped, he's outside alone. Looking for one more, and PR has just actually played that, or ZTR, excuse me, played it perfectly behind red box, but he's being flanked out. There's a timer on his life.
Well, there's the fight for Monosy outside, knowing that he has the flank. He doesn't want to commit to it, and so allows Kixen to clean up. Then Monosy goes back, and he loses the jewel. Now with 50 seconds left, Acore rises up to heaven. His teammates following into the A play.
No one's here. No one's here from Falcons. They've gotten in. Nico's in vents, and the other two over, and Mini kicks in. Drop before anyone else is involved. This map slipping away from Falcons.
Nico and Tesses, the last two hopes to get back into this round. Molotov into the side, he's not going to force Acore into the open. Tesses is just going to jewel him, comes out on top of it. There's no kit on the back of either of the two remaining players. It's a 10-second stick in this. And GamerLegion not buying it, not going for the peak, not giving them the opportunities. Now they come. Not the favorable timing for Nico. Tesses has got to hold it. Nico's got to cover him, and Nico can't make it happen. Tesses alone in the world, and the time does not favor him. There's not enough of it left, and for GamerLegion, that means it's map point. And a smile creeps back on the face of Ash.
He's got to be proud of his boys the way they're playing today on Nuke. Plenty of chances they had to just collapse and give up when Falcons never let them go on any kind of a streak. That could have been so frustrating, but they fought back each and every time, and this is the reward. 3 chances to close the map. 3 chances to take us to Inferno.
And this is GamerLegion coming into this event with a stand-in, bringing Acore back into the team. And they're going up against Team Falcons. The only losses they've taken since adding Monosy are against Vitality and Mouse, the 2 best performing teams in the world. They got blanked by them in the quarterfinals of Melbourne. But at this event, without even their full squad, GamerLegion about to take the second map of the quarters. It's an AK from Monosy. Everybody else's weapon is lackluster. Everybody else's performance is lackluster.
Monosy's been in hard carry mode, and you're at that point of the game where it's like, all right, guys, I've done what I can. I need someone else.
And we thought it would change coming into the playoffs. With all the experience, you thought it would shift, but not the case. Kixan pinned in the corner. Towson going to be up first. It's Acore to land the shot. And an opening for the GamerLegion team to funnel into. Monosy can't mount anything from the defense, and it's over here. Nuke goes the way of GamerLegion.
Oh, there's the flank, and there's the final kill. 13-9. A hard-fought, gutsy win out of GamerLegion, sticking through all the difficulty that Falcons caused. And now you get your reward. A third map, one more chance at the semifinals. GamerLegion Falcons, we'll be right back. This is supposed to be their build-up. This is supposed to be them gathering confidence, and they found themselves in a battle they did not expect. It's Nico after that tough nuke. Oh, no way!
Okay, gets into Inferno and lights them up in Banana. Nico wants to get going quickly here.
It doesn't make any sense. It works fine on this map. It's all good. What a statement from Nico to start this map. You got your one where he's absent, but he's here to play on Inferno.
Silence on Nuke. An eruption in the pistol of Inferno. Sends them back to spawn instantly. And the second round's underway with GamerLegion with nothing.
That happened fast. That'll be a wake-up call for GamerLegion.
Yeah, I got to hear that from Freya, who was talking to Ash just in that break, saying that you don't really bounce back from those heartbreaking moments or those frustrating rounds. You've just got to stay in the game and focus on the next one. GamerLegion had a lot of them. They had a lot of moments they really shouldn't have let go, but they kept finding responses. They stayed in it. They showed tenacity.
And that'll build map to map as well, right? That stress doesn't just go away once you step away from the PC. It's always there. You get a round like that and it just keeps building upon itself. GamerLegion parking themselves in the apartment, as we can see, having a good time, cooking a meal, talking things over. All the cool stuff happens in the kitchen. But basically just taking this round as a timeout for the next gun round. A chance to talk, a chance to get on the same page.
Let that hype for Nico cool down a little bit after the pistol.
Let the crowd relax.
Yeah, everyone settle in your seats.
Dallas, you guys gonna relax or what out there? I'm sure he's got plenty more in store for you after that pistol. This round coming to its inevitable conclusion. Glocks to the slaughter.
And Monosy ready to go. Straight into a possible double, but taken out by the Glock of PR. Magisk handles A-Core eventually, and now it is PR to go down last. 2 rounds in a row for Falcons.
It's kind of handled. Some of those fights looked a little sketchy from the Falcons side of things, but we're all good. 2-0. Gun's going to come out now for GamerLegion. AK-47's picked up immediately. We'll get this first round underway, see what kind of a philosophy GamerLegion is going to bring to the table. And keep our eye on Nico after that pistol round. Is Banana just going to be shut down? Has he decided coming into this third map that he's done with this match? 2 players start at the B bomb site. Tessa's with the deep smoke to help them control it early.
Nico up on top of the half wall. It's going to come away with one. House is going to be ripped apart. Nico running out of bullets, and A-Core making sure that Banana is in control of GamerLegion now. Adjustment required for Falcons defense. They're going to send Magisk over to try and plug that gap at B.
I think Nico is just trying to make up for all the kills he didn't get on Nuke. That was a very unnecessary swing through that smoke after the first kill. It's caused that defense to come crumbling down over in Banana. You've got Magisk who's shifted over. Monosy waiting here on Rap side. And now Tess's has joined up. They're aware.
Half of PR's health gone, but he'll still stand tall enough to fight on towards Magisk. Tess's to the back of the site. From New Box, the flash will ring out. Wants to stay alive, but the fire forces him to his feet. And into the fight against PR. It is Monosy to clutch.
Is hoping to wait for the flashbang from Monosy, but it couldn't get there fast enough. Oh,
Speaking of the flash, here he is, quick! And they're not ready for how fast he gets in position. PR low inside of the site, in the fountain, getting his feet wet. Monosy in the fire, and PR department of GamerLegion is on top.
That's a brutal clutch, because my mind was in the exact same wavelength as Monosy. I thought for sure he would never know that Monosy found some safety inside that Molotov. The plant was going to be stuck, and Monosy was going to jump into the flames to end it. And man, did that get ruined. What a clutch. That little gap of safety, but PR, he's like, I still got safety of smoke. I don't have to worry about you wrapping around, so I'll just check this. And Monosy ends up feeling a little bit foolish in that clutch.
What a great round from PR overall. You know, he loses half of his health and still fights on and able to close out in that 1v1 fight. Scrappy vibes again for both teams.
Yeah, but if you're Falcons, this one means more. This means you get to hang on to CT side economy a little bit longer.
Magisk has to ready himself. Steady his stance, but PR cuts right through him, not slowing down from his previous round success. It's Monosy to fall second, and PR back-to-back rounds picked up here for GamerLegion.
Yeah, Magisk just got spotted. They didn't realize it. PR saw his elbow just in that really slight gap and just was able to run down the kill and just says, you know what? I'm going ahead of the flash. I don't need your utility. I know exactly where he is. I'm going to catch him out in the open. A free entry and a free follow-up on a blind Monosy. And a very simple round for GamerLegion. Now with the money and the confidence to go try and hunt down some of these weapons, you can see them spreading all across the map to clear out T-spawn. They have to make a decision how aggressively they want to hunt deep into the B bomb site. That's a great find. We talked about the start from Nico in this map with a triple kill in the pistol. PR's having a hot start here on Inferno as well.
Overshadowed him, absolutely. What a fine PR has been this year. It's one of the things we talk about this GamerLegion team, that they've been gutted so many times. They build these competitive rosters. You find these great players that go off and get signed to bigger organizations, and then once again you have to hit the reset button. The consistent factor has been Ashen, bringing in another young player who has proven that he is capable of hanging at the top.
Yeah, without Ash, this wouldn't be possible. He deserves all the flowers he's getting these days. Here's Magisk. You never knew he was spotted. That's a little bit of an unfair fight. PR swinging into the angle with intention, while Magisk just holding it, unaware of what's coming. We're tied at 2, and a pair of saved weapons from us on Nico, MP9 on Kixen, all that Falcons have.
I mean, if you're going to beat Falcons in the third map of a quarterfinal, Jason, you're going to need these great starts from some of your young players. Get them full of confidence, get them going early on. In terms of a winning recipe, they're taking the first couple of steps.
Well, Inferno as well on the T side can be such a momentum half. Here's the engagement. Nico with 1. That Monosy needs to do much, much more. In the flames, there was no running. Nico burns, waiting for that next fight to come.
Dink traded back and forth. PR is going to get another kill on Monosy. 3 of Monosy's 4 deaths that at least I can remember have been from PR. We've got Kixen going to be running down Banana in behind the flank, and he's actually managed another one and going around the corner. Okay, so he plays his life.
Problem is Magisk only has a USP. You'd love for him to give you something here, right? Some kind of sneaky, tricky kill hiding in the bomb site, but with
maybe
the
USP,
on ZTR.
Maybe on ZTR. That's the play he's looking for. He's got the clean headshot. Can he bring down PR? He gets the dink, and so it's on Kixen with the AK-47. He's quick to long. I don't know if PR is going to be fully ready for this, but another 1v1 clutch required from PR.
As I said, too smart for it, Dallas. PR's coming back.
Oh, he comes back, but the timing just about favors Kixen. Oh, it massively favors Kixen now. PR looking away, rapidly trying to check back to the apartments as Kixen moves into the site. Taps on the defuse, and now PR, surely he doesn't let it go now. This is his round unless Kixen steps up, and that's exactly what the in-game leader of Falcons has in mind.
With 2 HP, a cerebral clutch, out-positioning, out-moving, and confusing PR. And then understanding when he's got him beat, hearing the footsteps over in lane, know exactly where the fight's going to come from. A very critical clutch from Kixen to keep Falcons in this.
There's another frustrating round loss for GamerLegion in this quarterfinal. You know, another round where you're going up a 2v1 in that A bomb site against a USP.
I mean, Magisk just hits a banger, doesn't he?
It's a banger than a dink as well.
That's actually, I mean, such a spectacular sequence for Magisk. The 1 kill and the damage that sets up Kixen. But right around he played, a little bit bold on this quick flank, brought to 2 HP. Now we say those are rounds that GamerLegion can't lose, but they did lose 3 of them on Nuke and still had the tenacity to stick in. And out of a victory like that, surely if you're GamerLegion, your mental is so strong considering surely how proud you had to have been leaving Nuke.
Monosy all out in round 6. GamerLegion can respond. Their buy is still good. They've got AKs on everybody, plenty of utility. Res in the banana. Kicks and swings, emboldened by his clutch in the previous round, and it's not worked out here for Falcons. It is a failure in the banana control. It's GamerLegion come out on top.
Really interesting seeing them wanted to set a trap. I think they thought GamerLegion was going to be a little bit more aggressive in their pathing and their spacing to the half wall. There's a peek down mid. Tesses does a little bit extra to bring this back into contention. You still have Monosy's up over at the B bomb site, and he's going to make sure everyone else is staying over at A. He wants this bomb site alone. The op allowing the rifles to work in tandem.
If there's a round win to be had, Monosy has to build it. Can move to the site. He's getting caught in transition here. Double scopes up. Now they know. Dropping some utility and changing his position, and they give him a lot of respect. They don't want to run at him. They actually back off.
Look how much utility they have, though. I don't know where he thinks he's going to have safety to play. Coffins is going to be smoked. CT is going to be smoked. There's going to be a Molotov in the back corners. So Monosy's worked himself. He realizes what's coming, and he knows during the utility barrage, there's not going to be much he can find.
Needs a little bit of madness. He's caught by a flashbang. He'll retreat back behind the coffin smoke. They know where he is now. And there's nothing to be had in this round for Falcons. Too clean on the banana entries from GamerLegion. to win those key fights, and Monosy's going to try and back away.
I think that's the biggest issue that we have with Falcons CT side right now, so far in the early stages of Inferno, is you think of that like Hall's hit from PR, where you just swing and get a kill on Magisk immediately. Now you're going in Banana, and you're setting up the aggressive play if you're Falcons, but you're losing 2 players immediately in that fight. So these initial clashes and engagements, not only are going the way of GamerLegion, but they're being won so quickly that nobody can shift, nobody can move. So you just kind of end up losing, unable to fight for the round. And now tied at 3. Monosy still has his op, but GamerLegion starting to build into this third map. Well done from Taliesin. Red's aware of the possibility of the follow-up swing, and also holding it in, because you know with an aggressive player like that in Banana, there's going to be a third defender. So GamerLegion not getting caught in any trap of starting to pick up the pace after those 2 kills. First timeout called by Zonic and Falcons, and he's very vocal on the mic. A lot of experience on that team, and he's just trying to keep the ship steered in the right direction. For GamerLegion, it's keep doing what you're doing. We just won Nuke. We had an incredible performance there. This T side of Inferno, we've got 3 gun rounds already. Everything's looking good, so nobody be nervous, nobody be afraid. And we know coming into this, that was the talking point for Rez, is that looking at Falcons, he saw a very beatable team, and he's close to backing up his words. Round 7.
Monosy peering down mid. Oh, it does spot A-Core just crossing into Banana. Not a position where he can take the shot though. Heavy commitment of numbers into Banana here for GamerLegion early on. Kicks in to be flashed into the fight, but he gets caught by it. He's completely blind. He's pinned behind the sandbags, eventually taken down by Rez. It's Nico to try and stand up. And he does well to get 1 kill and peel away back into the bomb site. Monosy's rotating over. So it's Nico and Monosy now defending the B bomb site. We see GamerLegion, they don't want anything to do with that. PR makes the play up through top mid. In fact, he's going through this long smoke as it fades away, and the A pressure is going to be on.
Oh, Tessis needs a jiggle, needs to be very careful. Scaling so far, but now Utility pulls him deeper. They've got no eyes on Rap side. It's smoked off. So PR turns into a little bit of a lurk. He wants to cut off the B rotate, but that's coming through mid.
Yeah, it's going right down Banana. It's fast, and so is Tessis. Out to that peak. A-Core trying to double up, but can't do it. It's Magisk from the pit. He's been comfortable here time after time, and he'll still stand in that spot as Nico comes back in, but looking the wrong way. And Monosy was too far behind him, so couldn't get the immediate trade, and he goes back. This time it's a missed shot from Monosy. Needs at least 1, and he's got it, and he can't get around the corner. So it's Taliesin against Magisk. And Magisk still in the pit. No kid in his back, but he's got the headshot, and he's got it quick. He'll head into the side. It's Falcons in the lead again.
Well done from Magisk, just staying parked in the pick during that whole engagement, during all the chaos that was going on. Smokes gave him the cover to just chill. Nico's got a little bit of a smile on his face coming up mid, not looking the right way, not checking to his right. I think he might have thought Monosy was going to grab that angle a little bit quicker. Nice job from Tessis, better job from Magisk, even winning out this one-on-one clutch. Four to 3 for Falcons. GamerLegion, they've tied it up a number of times. They have not been able to take the lead yet here on Inferno. And you can see the change in the defense from that Zonic timeout. No more are they really putting 3 players to start at the B bomb site. No more is there anyone fighting and peeking down Banana. They're just chucking out deep utility and falling away.
ZTR could have been quick. On the back of the car with that Tech 9. Monosy up next. Not going to miss that shot. Quick play forward to gather information down middle. GamerLegion stay focused on their final objective, which is the B bomb site.
That's all they have. They can't go back any longer.
You got Nico prowling around the back of the site towards new box. Tessis out towards CT spawn. Things heat up for Nico. Forced into the open. He's got the pillar for cover. The assistance of Tessis, but Nico's gone down and Tessis can't rotate back in fast enough. He's going to be stuck behind the smoke at the coffins. The plant is tapped, but not committed to. Monosy catches Towson making a Hail Mary play through the smoke at CT, and Tessis has the cleanup.
Nice opening kill from Kixon and Banana. Nice job playing passive, adding one more for Nico and setting things up for a nice easy retake as well. 2-round lead. And GamerLegion struggling for money at the moment. We might get a timeout here late into freeze time so they can talk over their cash situation. Once Monosy gets this kill, it's really just 3 players in Banana, and you can't really do anything. Your only option is to move forward and execute. But Tessis doesn't even let that happen. So 5-3, and round 9 is underway.
1 AK for Towson, that's all they've got. And it's gone immediately. Nico forces it out of his hands. They do recover it and drop back.
I feel like there's a certain level of insanity in saying, like, we have a hero AK-47, let's go look for a duel against Nico. But at the same time, with his performance on Nuke and struggles at the event, maybe it isn't a terrible idea.
Well, the headset's off here. Ash putting it back on. Monosy gonna toss the grenade down and soften them up a little bit. Ah, you're right. It's a weird thing to say that, you know, Nico might actually be a weak point to try and challenge, but so far in Inferno, it's been a very different story to his Nuke performances. The pistol to kick things off, he's had a number of better rounds on the B-bomb site. Flash to set up Tessis for the peek here if he requires.
Oh, could be really cool though with Monosy peeking as well. They don't go for the flash.
Nico's got the double kill on the cleanup. Tessis to make sure that it's a double for him to close out the round. And Falcons don't lose a single player.
And it's 6-3. And despite the fact that this hasn't felt like a clean half, Falcons is on the verge of just having a very, very big lead. So timeout, second one called by GamerLegion. Ash getting on the mic. Gonna talk with them, and this is probably to address all that success they were having early in Banana, finding opening kills, finding control, executing late into the B-bomb site. It's not really an option in the same way ever since Falcons changed up that defense. No longer playing triple B, no longer being aggressive down. You're not finding as many engagements and opening kills. So Ash is likely coming up with a game plan and talking to the guys of what's the next way we want to find openings? What's the next way we want to start rounds? Where else can we put pressure in the first 30 seconds? Three rounds, excuse me, remaining in this first half, round 10.
Kickstand's already halfway down Banana. We've seen Falcons focus on taking Banana control, keeping the pressure up. Kickstand usually the front man in those attacks, supported by Nico's utility here as well. Kickstand's taken a lot of ground. He's got all of Banana to work with now.
Double play over in Halls for GamerLegion. But still the bomb way far back. They haven't made a decision just yet. I think both teams feeling the intensity and the weight of this third map. It's a very cautious round. I mean, Falcons is like, you're not doing anything, so we're not going to throw utility. And GamerLegion is making the statement, we're not really ready to do anything quite yet. Could be lining up a late Halls pop. Maybe a fake for late Banana control, come back and chuck the utility. So your teammates can attack into the pit position where Magisk is holding with Tessis.
Well, Falcons starting to rotate a couple of players back
to B. You have double pit. Even if you rotate, the Halls play should still have issues.
Magisk and Tessis. The Danes look to dominate from the pit, and no problem from all 3 kills in a blink of an eye. And the attack for GamerLegion has 10 seconds left on the clock. Bombs down, and it's done. You only need the Danes.
Double pit, such a strong defense, and you can see they were undeterred by the fake at the B-bomb site. Yeah, rotate a third player, who cares? Tessis and Magisk, you can't break them up in pit. That little bit of a fake does nothing. And all of a sudden, it felt so close for a while with GamerLegion through this back and forth in the first 6 rounds. But Falcons have blown it wide open. It doesn't feel like they have complete control that cannot be taken away. But they certainly have all the advantages.
It just keeps getting better for them too, because you look at GamerLegion once again limping into a round. They've got Tech 9s, a little bit of utility behind it. They don't have the resources to fight for Banana, so they commit into second mid. Looking to overwhelm the apartments, and Magisk is going to start in the apartments itself on the boiler stairs. He starts to retreat now just as the timing as Rise is about to peek into it. So GamerLegion have the space to play with early on. Here comes the utility. They all know it's going to be an A play now. Magisk has been lights out in the pit, so difficult to put away. Oh, the spray's not good, but he still gets away with one. He comes back to it, just grabs one extra kill at the end, and that keeps the numbers even. But GamerLegion have done a great job at getting into the site, getting the bomb down, and a shot at this now for 4-round wins.
No utility for GamerLegion. They have no smokes, no Molotovs, no flashbangs, nothing to block these choke points and delay or disjoint the retake. For Kixin, man, you got Molotov, HE grenade for this half wall. Talison's about to have zero fun.
You gotta rely on bullets and brawn.
And you're gonna rely on Nico getting into position. So Molotov towards the half wall. Nico's gonna peek off of it when it spreads.
And there goes in as well. Nico coming out of the balcony. Talison's gonna turn up and get that kill. Couldn't get take two, but ZTR lies in wait and strikes at the right moment.
Really well done. Good job from Talison, not falling prey to the utility of Kixin. 2-on-2 retake goes the way of GamerLegion. That's their fourth. Keeping things close, but it's their fourth in some time. A 4-round run from Team Falcons to gain such a lead. And right at the end, GamerLegion is trying to chip into it. Well, that one actually almost got away from ZTR. If he'd fallen, there might have been a chance at a rebuttal. Final round of the first half. Falcons nursing this lead. Banana was an issue early, but they stopped the bleeding. They got a grip on it. It's been much more difficult, but now GamerLegion knocking on the door of the 8-bomb site a couple rounds in a row.
Monosy strikes, shot will connect, 99 damage.
Almost seems unreasonable. Can't we just round that one up? Molotov into the choke point. That's going to force Nico and Kixin back. So Banana control and Banana space now. Flashbang a little bit off, so Magisk can't peek with it for information. And it feels like every time Kixin and Nico have decided to get aggressive and go for a mid-round push out towards top Banana, they've lost. Lost in a big way. I think they considered it here, but one of them called it off. Monosy's up in the site. Tess is watching Rap. Magisk, as we know, in the pit.
Such limited time. Magisk dropping down off the balcony into the pit. Monosy still in the site. He will strike straight through the chest. Flicking down, couldn't get to Rez in time, and Rez is back in the round here for GamerLegion. Tessas backs up, but it's not enough. Kicks out of Nico once again to come back on this 2v2.
This time they're closer though. This time they're here already. Kixin is going to be walking through brackets right now, but Talison holding the angle off the bomb. And so it begins.
Creeping ever closer. Talison in the graveyard, looking to be the Grim Reaper as Kixan takes steps right into his crosshair. It's going to be a 5th round. GamerLegion still in it. This quarterfinal will soon come to a close.
This is the third playoff run for GamerLegion in 2025. All three of them have, or excuse me, two of them have fallen short. Two of them have fallen short at the hands of the Falcons, both of them in the quarterfinals. This is the third crack at it for GamerLegion, and they still don't seem to have the answer. But a good half, two 2v2s to close out the half to bring this to 5-7. And Falcons, oh, they gotta be nervous. They're just 6 rounds away with that date with Vitality.
Falcons not on the form we've seen from the last few events. They will have realized that. A dip in the confidence perhaps at the worst possible time in the schedule. But looking to get through GamerLegion in this quarterfinal. They have a small lead, and Monosy is going to be halfway up banana already. He's got Nico beside him. Towson taking a dink on board. He's going to drop away. TeSeS, his turn to strike, and his will be to a headshot. Grenade to land on ZTR at the coffins. Towson incredibly low. Isn't going to be much help. ZTR deploying some utility. Monosy blinded, jumping into the site, and still gets away with the kill. Towson steps up back of the site, getting run down. A second kill before being removed by Magisk. Now Acor stepping up inside of the smoke. His teammate still a long way off. PR is coming back through CT spawn now.
Yeah, very long way off. He actually was chilling there for probably way far too long. So Magisk now spots both. And Falcons, feels like you can just stay passive and play the crossfires. Don't give them any peeks, don't get them any early kills. This should be an impossible retake. There's no kits.
There's a quick kill from Acor. Is there anything else to follow up here? No peeks being brought through. They have to bring the fight to Nico at the back of the side. Eventually PR is going to connect it, but the time's the problem. So he's going to get on that defuse and hold it and give it one good go. But TeSeS round the back, forces him off the defusal, and it's just going to try and chase him down. PR gets the final kill. But Falcons will have the second pistol round.
Feels close with that kill from Acor over towards Nubox, but I feel like that's one of those clutches where Falcons could have taken their hands off the mouse and keyboard and probably still won it down the stretch if they weren't to give up that frag, that little 3-on-2. Such strong positions. Here's TeSeS opening kill, waiting for the play from Rez. And Monosy providing the initial gush and then the entry. And Falcons outlast GamerLegion in the pistol.
Just USPs now as well for GamerLegion, no force buy.
It's both pistols for Falcons in this third and deciding map. That'll be the first thing Ash thinks about if they're going to go on to lose this, is not having a pistol. Makes it so difficult. And now with the MAC-10s in utility, you can just bully them. Into the B-bomb site we go. 9th round for Falcons.
Yeah, no resistance. And pistol rounds giving them nice buffers. Nico just tapping through the smoke, eventually connecting onto Rez. There's the follow-up from Nico.
This crowd was giving so much love to Monosy and Nico to start the day. It faded with that quiet performance on Nuke. But on Inferno, he's given him a couple reasons to cheer. It's a 4-round lead and the first time GamerLegion can bring guns into the field of play. M4's FAMAS on ZTR. And Falcons, I mean, their plan obviously is close out the series as fast as possible. Ride this momentum to the map conclusion. Just ride these early advantages all the way to 13.
Kicks that, not slowing down. Kicks it up a gear, in fact, to go around that half wall, but then falls back.
It's all a fake. They want it to feel like it's going to be a play towards the B-bomb site. Counter utility coming out. Acor's rotating over. Oh, but that smoke he chucks out saves the day. That smoke at the mid-ramp. Falcons was about to hit.
Oh, the tower topples at the hand of TeSeS. PR and Rez both gone, and there's no other option but to save for GamerLegion. Their chances will come a little bit later, but that is convincing round again from Falcons, and this one puts them up to 10. Double figure secured, 3 rounds away from a semifinals.
Now it's convincing, but it doesn't give you an easier time of things in the next round. Yeah, you get closer to the match win, which is obviously great, but GamerLegion able to save two M4s and a FAMAS. They'll be buying in the next round. You'll still have a very tough investment that you'll have to burn through, with PR and Rez likely picking up Deagles or 5.7s. So, I mean, if I'm Falcons, I don't know. I might throw a couple players at this hunt. Don't want to give too much over. But they're content with the round victory as the save call came out so early.
much better map here from Nico, 14-8 at the moment.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes a huge difference when Nico's playing well, right?
There's a different feel for Falcons when Nico's playing well versus, I mean, look, that map we saw on Nuke, you're not going to see many maps like that across Nico's career, so let's just call it the aberration that it is. Falcons just 3 rounds away, the semifinals in Dallas loom. I'm sorry, but understandable.
Doesn't look like she came. She's not here. Where is she?
Yeah, where is she? She's probably up close to the stage.
Backstage.
10-5. Round 16.
Fine banana, won by Monosy. Towson to sprint towards him and to his death. ZTR also taking damage. He's the only B player left. Can't go down here, and he won't. He'll retreat into the site. But with 1 minute 20 seconds still to play and Falcons up a player, it's got to feel pretty good right now.
Nico with 3 HP is just going to be like a overqualified flank watcher. Not much he can do in this round. Gonna go join up over in halls, make sure nobody can wrap around if they eventually start making the plays. He's bringing the bomb as well. So Kixon's call is to move up with this banana control and apply some pressure. Make them a little bit nervous about this side of the map with the man disadvantage. But GamerLegion isn't gonna budge, so Kixon investigating, seeing what he can find with the cover of his smokes and CT and coffins, and he might call Falcons back.
He's not seeing anything right now.
It's a long time, though. It's a really long time for Kixon to have to be here on his own.
ZTR made the information play and didn't see anything. He didn't see Kixon, so he makes a lot of noise. And so that retreat, that change in position is calling them back now. Kixon hears it, but the grenade, they're so low.
Oh, there's two.
They're so low, and one of them's going to go down at least, and Nico's going to survive. Magisk not so lucky. Into the smoke, ZTR makes the play through, and Monosy was blinded, still gets away with it.
Oh, do you want to put all your eggs in this basket? Not at all. GamerLegion have like nothing about this retake. Falcons once again crack in and force GamerLegion back. They must save these weapons, but now the hunt is on. And Nico with that low HP all around is not out of the fight.
Ripping the weapons out of their hands. Rez is going to hold on to Monosy. He's going to fall away now into the apartments. Should be okay to save the rifle at least. And
that's such a painful one death to take right at the end, to lose one of those weapons. Oh, it hurts so much.
You save 3 weapons, it's a very different story. You can have a much more comfortable buy here, but still going to be good. Still really going to be okay for GamerLegion to get rifles out.
Yeah, they have the full losing bonus, which isn't a good thing, but at least they've got it.
Yeah.
And a timeout called their 3rd and final, so Ash is getting involved in the conversation for one last hurrah, gathering the boys together, one last speech, one last attempt at it, at bringing this back. 6 rounds behind. It's doable. We saw some tenacity out of them on Nuke, overcoming so many tough situations. We saw that grit you don't normally get out of younger, inexperienced teams. But this might be too much to ask.
Now they've got to take it to another level. A lot of rounds to be pulled back here. 11-5 down. To win in regulation, you need to be perfect from this point onwards.
That shot from Nico, very nice with 3 HP, takes that final weapon away. Doesn't do too much, still 4 M4s on the board. Acor stuck on an MP9, utility aplenty for the CT side, same with kits. But a winning recipe for a CT round they don't have. It's been 4 in a row for Falcons.
GamerLegion go to battle. One last attempt to prevent Falcons from getting into the semifinals. PR looking up into the apartments. Multiple targets, only takes 1. Acorn needs to get his gun out as they're starting to flood out of the balcony into the pit. Throws the utility down upon them. Acorn into the open, it's 1 kill as he gets back. A lot of damage on Monosy. Rotation has arrived now for GamerLegion. 2 players to the arches. Bombs down in the pit.
They got to get it up during the smoke. They have to get it up during the smoke. Tess is tagged up. A little bit blind shots through that smoke is going to keep him at bay for the moment. There's one more smoke on Monosy. But he's going to go down. They're already wrapping around. Where's the cover?
Nico from Boiler. Nico from Boiler. Here he comes around the back, and it's only one. He's gone. So it's all Tess again. Is it map point? The bomb is implanted.
I actually love this play.
He sneaks. He makes it look like it could have fallen away, but Towson will find him at the back of the site.
All right, hard fought round. Another timeout from Ash. Another round win for GamerLegion. That guy's good. But he needs his players to pick it up from here because he can no longer be involved. They burnt all 3. That lifeline provided in the previous round. Now the lead cut to 5. Good hold from Acor with his MP9 at range. And unfortunate for Nico as he turns the corner. One is just slow playing it.
Nico up first. Around the half wall he'll go, chasing down Towson, but getting a flash to the face. So that's going to slow him down. And a grenade to take half of his health away.
We've been watching Nico bully riflers in this bomb site for years. A cool call for your star player to put your faith in him and say, go up to that B bomb site, look for a fight, do everything you can to find it.
And then once you've got that long corner control, put the AWP up.
Oh, yeah, but also look at the pressure they put on. There's a minute and 10 seconds left on the clock now, but the B defenders have no utility. They're all out. They've had to use the Molotovs, the smokes to make sure that Nico wasn't going to challenge him.
And so the A players feel like they need to make a play forward, and PR's going to do exactly that. Kixan getting caught in mid. Acor's going to plug the hole at top mid, no problem on Tess says. And he'll back away. PR with a follow-up. We're starting to see some life in GamerLegion now. This fight against Magis does not look good for the Dane. He'll fall off the ledge, and Monosy to retreat back into the save call.
It's all he's got, and money is starting to dwindle on the Falcons side of things. He's got 550 in the bank. He's going to get pressed, but PR's made noise. Easy scope, easy kill. How much more do GamerLegion want to throw at him? How much do they want to get this AWP out of his hands? How scared of it are they? And money, the primary motivating factor, as GamerLegion just concede and say, keep the AWP, we're all good. Early in this event, back in the group stage, Falcons had a strong commanding lead over Mouse, 12-6. Mouse rattled off 6 in a row to force overtime. Excuse me, 12-5. It was 7 straight from Mouse to force overtime. And if you're GamerLegion with that knowledge, that's what you're leaning on. That you know the comebacks are possible. You know that Falcons at Constitution, they have not yet solidified the ability to just close out games. There's a chance you can still build back into it. And a merciful timeout from Falcons after 2 losses in a row that gives Ash time to talk to his team. Final words being said by the coaches. Sonic keeping everyone calm. Ash trying to make sure everyone's focused. We're going to come out of this timeout into round 19. It's a full buy for both teams. A big clash set to begin here. Dallas, are you believing in this GamerLegion comeback? Do you want overtime? Let's see if they can get us there.
Nico back to Banana. This time, not the same amount of effort being put in to try and win it. Oh, PR not going to enjoy that. Grenade lands in his backpack. He's going to go forward. Tessas shreds him. Falcons with the opening kill. In search of map point.
Look how calm this map has all of a sudden gotten after these initial engagements. Falcons certainly feeling the pressure. That whole conversation about experience versus inexperience goes out the window because they're feeling the very same emotions.
into Banana. Falcons start to accelerate. There's only one player defending, and they might just go at him. Here they come, straight to the utility, looking for 12 off the back of this, and Townsend's gonna retreat. He realizes he can't hold on. He's calling his teammates over, and they're quite quick on this rotation.
You gotta see if you can go for it. You gotta see if you can get a kill that makes it doable, but it goes the other direction. One more through the smoke.
All right through it, GTR. There we go. Leading by example, getting a double. Now Rez to step up. He resurrects their chances, and Tess's in the 1v1. 30 seconds on the clock, and Acor the stand-in. He's going to wait back at CT spawn. It's been such a long time since he's got the sensation of playing in an arena, and now he has a chance for a clutch. He's going to hold. He's going to let him cross, and Acor comes off the angle. Where has Tess's gone in his mind? And he still nails the shot. Acor steps up. The stand-in delivers. And the comeback in regulation is still on.
Yeah, Acor steps up in the 1v1, but everyone stepped up during that attack. That looked lost. That looked no chance after the kill onto the boost. But throwing bodies at the problem. Everyone's coming through the smoke. A desperate gamble that pays off. And GamerLegion are within 3. Falcons got to be stunned right now.
Everyone is just willing to throw their life on the line and fight for it. Fight for this comeback for GamerLegion.
And there was always one more player, always one more guy coming through that smoke. Round 20. Triple B start for this defense. Rez is going to get the opening. That's down mid-deep, but Nico finds one right back.
Is one AK-47 for Nico going to be enough? Keeps the numbers even for now. GamerLegion with a passive setup on both bomb sites. Leaving the AWP of Acor to peer down and allow that third to rotate over.
Falcons moving up middle right now. Only the one AK-47 on Nico. They've got 2 smokes. You'll want to use one for wrap side so you can maybe get some safety to move up into lane. But for the moment, Falcons holding their nerve.
Blinded. Tess's doesn't reveal his position. No sound cue made. Ready to pop when his teammates are in position. As they start their wrap around long. ZTR in the archway. Detects them. Early warning system is up. Now Tess's readies himself because he knows it's his moment soon. Magis just goes into the library, and the librarian silences ZTR.
And Acor takes a deep breath. He knows what's coming. Missed shot. They gain more space off of that. He backs up.
There's a 1v1 in the previous round that he stepped up in. Now he needs a sequence. They come towards him, 15 seconds left, and he's caught from behind. Nico's AK shreds right through him. And it started with one AK-47 for Nico. And it might just close on 12 here for Falcons. They are retreating. GamerLegion not going to be... hold on. He's just changing up his position to the archway.
You do not go for this, surely. Yeah, there's no way.
The call's gone back. Rez is running away from this, and they've got to save. So it's going to be 12 for Falcons. Series point picked up. Semi-finals point off the back of a Hero AK-47 and 4 pistols.
Well, the Hero AK does its work. Nico's got a double kill in the round, including that one on Acor to secure the safety of the B-bomb site. Denied a crazy round in the previous, but finally they got what was coming to them. 12 for Falcons. Some of the pressure leaves. You've at least got overtime secured, and you've got 4 more chances still to close out this series, book a ticket to the semifinals.
But you've now lost your buffer zone. You've lost that extra round you had to play with. Any failure from this point for GamerLegion, and they are eliminated in the quarterfinals for the 3rd time by Falcons. Nico and Monosy will be familiar with that chant last year from Dallas when they give them a miracle run where they were G-Stu again in different colors. A nice shot from Monosy. The opening frag delivered for Falcons.
A tough round to have to sit back and wait and watch if you're PR. A really tough round to be taken out of that fight early. And look at Falcons on the minimap. Everyone's just paused, waiting for that follow-up peek.
Rez is up next. Can he get a kill? Can he pull it back here for GamerLegion? Doesn't want to go too far forward.
How is Falcons so aware of the continuous possibility of that Halls push, of that balcony peek? Monosy's been there the whole round. He's not believing that nobody's coming back to it. It's crazy.
Under a minute left.
This is how GamerLegion managed the last 4v5 we saw. 3 players rotated to set up crossfires at the top of middle within brackets, 1 player defending the B-bomb site alone.
Can ZTR deliver with a little MP9? Severed off from his support. Aiko is held behind smoke. There's still a crossfire. ZTR ripped open. And for Falcons, coming to this event, it was all about the game versus vitality. And they're now a couple of steps closer to that semi-final. It's just Towson left. And he'll come back. He'll attempt this. He has to. But is there any hope? With a chance of sending them home, ringing through his headset. Nico and Tesses mere seconds away, and Falcons will head into the semifinals. They've got a date with Vitality, and they have a grudge match to settle.
Wasn't the most convincing series from Falcons. It's not that confidence-inspiring one that makes you feel like this team is hitting their peak.